Playoffs!
Hey guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew.
Wait. Mom, what?
Huh?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a sec, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm having technical difficulties. Welcome to this week's Hump Day Discourse. I have special guest, very, very special guest, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself and what she does and that kind of thing while I try to figure out why my microphone is acting stupid.
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. For your listening audience, my name is Singleton Newman. I like to say that I'm a music and media professional. I've been for over 15 years now working in the entertainment industry in various capacities, mostly working with artists, and then I had a very long stint with radio. Mm-hmm. So all of that's been in the DMV area, and I'm looking to expand. So cross country, international, down south. I'm pretty much working to build my own. I'm also a consultant, artist consultant, creative consultant, and I'm going to be launching my own social media management business. So that's me.
Look out for that. Well, you guys know what it is. It is Hump Day Discourse. This is Salacious Life with Dr. Wren, and you have come in at a special time of my life because it is Scorpio season. So it is the time to be salacious. I hope you all, after listening to the show tonight, find something to hump on. And maybe you'll get a few nuggets of wisdom as to, you know, how to make that happen. One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, and especially with you here, was
TGIW, you're listening to the Be Inspired Radio Show. Hey family, what's going on? How you doing? TGIW.
Yeah.
We are back. The gang -1. is back in effect. This is Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
And the artisan Angel HL7 Azrael.
And we are patiently waiting for Blizzard to get here. I know he'll be here shortly. That guy, yeah, he's like a Jamaican. He has like 4-5 jobs. But he's a hard-working man, and I'm excited. He'll be here in a little while. Thank you so much to everybody who is tuned in. Again, TGIW. We made it to another week. Last week, if you missed the show, it was the Them Girls takeover of the Be Inspired Radio Show. We gave the fellas the night off, and the ladies took over the show. It was an amazing show. So much fun. Shout out to Damita Queen and Deborah Franklin. So thankful that they were able to come on the show last week. We had a gang of fun just cutting up and talking about trick or treat and how to know the difference. And we were talking about that in regards to relationships. How to know if you're in a tricky relationship, you're being tricked, or how to know if you are being treated well. So that's what we talked about last week. That was so fun. What does DEM mean? It means determined. What did I say? Empowered and motivated. How did I forget that quick? Determined, empowered, motivated, them girls. So that's who was on the show last week, and we had an amazing time. Again, thank you to everybody who is tuned in. As always, we ask you to invite all of your wonderful friends and family to join in with our show tonight. It's going to be fun.
It'll be fun. I'm about to eat some sugar, so it really is about to be fun.
We are going to be too turned up on candy tonight.
We are. We have so much sugar.
Thank you, everybody who's tuned in. We have Lord Tay. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Lil Tay said, I have a lot to say about this topic. We want to hear it, for sure. And listen, if you want to, you can call us at 410-702-5657. We want to hear from you. Chat it out with us or leave some comments in the Facebook Live feed. We want to hear what you got to say. Yes, this topic is going to be crazy tonight. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. We're going to talk about Tyrese, because what? He was caught slipping with that video. But I'm not going to give too much. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. We're going to talk about some instances where I was caught slipping. Yeah.
This candy caught me slipping just now.
You wasn't ready.
I really wasn't.
Yes.
Sour Patches all the time, but...
Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, we're going to be hocked up on sugar tonight. Yep.
Yeah.
But do me a favor. Again, invite all of your friends, your family. Tell them, come on, join the show. It's going to be amazing. We have more than one way you can tune in. You can go to www.beexposedradio.com. Again, that is www.beexposedradio.com. You can also join us on Facebook Live on the Be Exposed radio page. Again, join us on Facebook Live at the Be Exposed radio page, or you can go to YouTube. You can go to YouTube and you can tune in at Be Exposed Radio. Go and subscribe to that channel, and you can catch all the previous Be Inspired radio show. And on top of that, all the other shows that are on Be Exposed Radio. We love you that much that we wanted to make sure you had more than one way to tune in. Yes. So again, if you don't know, the topic is don't get caught slipping.
Yeah.
Don't get caught slipping. When we come back from the break, we're not getting ready to go on break now, but when we do go on break and when we come back, I will set it up. I'll tell you what that means, because not everybody knows what that means. And yes, it is slang. It is slang. But if you don't know, we're going to let you know, and we're going to give you plenty of examples tonight about what it means to be caught slipping. I can't wait to hear Lil Tay.
Yeah, Lord Tay said, can I call now? Ready.
Wait, hold up for a second, Lil Tay. We definitely want you to call in, but give us a few seconds, because we just got to get all of the, preliminary things out of the way first. And then we want to hear from you. It's going to be fun, for sure.
It'll be lit.
Absolutely. What else? Okay, so yes, the Be Inspired Radio Show will be going on winter break. And not just us, but the whole station. Be Exposed Radio will be going on a break from December the 15th to January the 2nd. But the good thing is the season premiere, the 2018 season premiere of the Be Inspired Radio Show will be on January the 3rd. And oh yes, we're going to make sure the show is hot.
Why are we going on winter break?
We always do. We
Really?
do every year, yeah.
I mean, well, this is my first year, so.
Mm-hmm. What we got? Yeah, that is. Yeah, you being broken in. Yeah. Okay, so if y'all want to know why I have this scarf on in the studio, is because when I came in here, it felt like it was 0 below. It was so cold in here. I didn't even want to take my jacket off.
I'm not taking my jacket
but I got
off.
my scarf on.
It's so cold. Oh, yeah. Shout out to my little bro, Chris.
Okay.
Finally growing up. He's a knight, too.
Really?
Yep. And we just beat Polly again.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, I was at the game
I should have. I knew.
See, we having a city night fight right now.
I knew I should have.
I
thought about it towards the end.
Why didn't you call me? Yes, I was there, and I went to the tailgate for a split second. I stayed enough to get a plate because me and one of my friends, we bought a ticket, a wristband to do all you can eat, and that's what I did. I intended to get my money's worth. Amen. Amen.
I was lit. Okay, you know what? No, that's also a part of don't get caught slipping. But I somewhat want to say one thing about this with City Poly.
Okay.
It makes me feel some type of way when every year, Polly is always talking trash. And then they get mad when they lose. And they really want to get mad. And I'm like, it's not even that, like a kid I know, he made a status of saying that, hey, remember last year when Polly beat City? Yeah, me too. And I was like, but y'all lost last year. He was like, no, this is so I remember this next year because we'll beat you this year. And right after the game, you know what I did? I said, remember when he thought that they were going to win this year? And he got so mad. But I'm just like, you can't be mad if you're the one talking trash.
Right.
Because no one from City, I never hear any night talk trash until Polly talks trash.
Right. Well, I don't mean no harm, but yeah, some of my classmates, we petty. They was putting stuff all up and down my timeline on Facebook.
I mean, yeah.
Calling Polly all kind of cracker boxes and everything.
But the first shot that I always see is from Polly. And I have mostly nights on my timeline.
Right.
And the first shots I see are always from Polly. So that's all I'm saying.
You might have a point there. You might have a point. All right. So I got to give a shout out because Minister Jackson, but I've been calling her Lady Jackson since forever. She is tuned in. I just have to give her a shout out because she is one of those special women that I just love so much from the moment I met her and the first encounter we have. And I tell the story all the time. She was the first person at one of the previous churches that I used to go to. She was the first person that really welcomed me. And so, Lady Jackson, I have to say that, you know, she is a genuine person. She is loving and she is extremely supportive. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in. Much love to you. Much love to you. So I'm so grateful. And then we got Chefsworth Bentley that just joined. Hey, how you doing? He's also one of the newest members of the Be Exposed radio family, I believe. Yes! That's what's up. Hey. Yes, thank you so much. And, okay, my sister Shonda is on, so I have to make sure I give her a shout out. And she just gave birth to my beautiful goddaughter. Oh, I'm so in love, and she's so adorable. She just really is so adorable. And the kids are just itching to get over there to see her. Because they couldn't go see her at the hospital. So, yeah, Shonda, we will be making a trip over there real soon because they keep worrying me about it.
I actually remember when my sister was born, my cousin tried to come to the hospital. And, like, you know, they do have that rule if you're not direct family. We just said we adopted them.
Right. Oh, see.
They don't check. They really don't care.
Yeah,
so.
they were like, nah. And then also the room was already had enough people in it so we could. But all I know is I held my goddaughter and she is so beautiful. As soon as I looked down at her, I was in love. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. And also I got to give a shout out to Charlene, who is a fellow Ouch Girl. Yeah. We modeled together in the Ouch Girl fashion show, the launch of the Ouch Girl fashion line, which you got to keep an eye out for because you'll see more of it coming out real soon. But we modeled together in that fashion show, and yeah, it was litty, as Blizzard would say. It was litty. So shout out to Charlene. Thank you so much. Just so many who have logged on. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We always take the time to do that. Give people shout outs because people don't have to be nice. People don't have to support. And when they do, I believe that they are deserving of being acknowledged. So thank you, everybody. If you are just tuning in, TGIW, of course. And tonight's topic is don't get caught slipping.
Don't. just don't.
Don't get caught slipping. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about what that means as the show goes on. I'm going to even give an example of times when I was caught slipping. We're going to talk about Tyrese and the video rant that he released not too long ago. He was definitely caught slipping. If anybody else has any examples of times when you were caught slipping, call us at 410-702-5657. Also, we have a surprise guest. She will be calling in. Alicia Adams, who is one of the co-authors of the book that I am also a co-author of, Wisdom on the Wall, is going to be calling in talking about, and you go ahead and ring that bell. Yeah.
I was waiting.
Yes, so she's going to be calling in talking about our, okay, we have a phone call. So wait a minute.
Let's ready for the phone calls or not yet?
That's probably Lil Tay. I know that's Lil Tay. I know. Wait. Hold on.
Yes. Hello.
Welcome to the Be Inspired Radio Show. Who do we have on the line?
I can't. Your phone broke up.
Say it again.
Yeah. Oh, y'all ready? Y'all good?
Yeah. Who do we have on the line?
This LORT. It's not loyalty. It stands for loyalty over royalties. But it is what it is.
Thank you for correcting us. You know,
that's tough. I like
reading is fundamental. Thank you so much for correcting us.
All right. So look. So the topic is don't get caught slipping, right?
Yes.
Right.
So I know you're supposed to call about yourself, but I'm calling about my girl though. I need the advice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So check this out. So, and I'm gonna just give it to you plain and simple, shorty. Like, so I drop my shorty. So look, I do music, right? So I do my music, I do my studio sessions, I do my music videos. Shorty come with me, everything I do, you feel me? She even coming to, I'm a physical therapist too, so I gotta work with females. I gotta stretch them out and shake them back, feel me? So she even come up there and sit and wait on that. So she don't like the fact I work with females, she don't like the fact that I work with females do my music videos, but what she don't understand is that it's all business and entertainment though, you feel me? So there's this dude on her job, right? Every time I'm dropping her off, I'm like, yo, you know who this is right here? Oh, I don't know him, but I don't know nothing about him. So I come back, right? Her mother talking to him, you feel me? So I'm like, okay, so if your mother talking to him, why are you not talking to him? So I'm like, is she caught slipping? Because all out of nowhere, right? If you come with me, my music videos, you try to dictate, you're not putting no money up, but you're dictating who you want in my videos. Like, y'all can go check me out. I got over like 200,000 views on all my videos for real. Like, so she try to dictate everything for real. You feel me? Like, but I'm like, if you're not dictating me, like, but you're accusing me, like, are you getting caught slipping? Like, are you doing something wrong? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know because I don't want to jump, but I'm just jumping at the fact, like, out of nowhere, you accusing me. Like, so the advice that I need is she getting caught slipping? Should I go ahead and take further action? Like what it is? I'm lost for real.
So, first, what kind of conversation was her mom having with him?
Excuse me?
I said, what kind of conversation was her mom and the guy having?
Well, I really don't know because I was in the car looking, but the whole time the reason it made me take suspicion is because you claim that you don't know nothing about him, but every day your mom call you after work and just gossip about negative shit. Like, every day, negative, gossip. So that goes to show me, like, the bigger picture of it is, like, your mother gonna tell you everything that goes on in her life. So when her talking to this dude over here, I'm knowing that she's telling you what their conversation was about because you're asking, or she's just voluntarily telling you, or y'all got something going on because y'all all work together.
All right, I'm going to jump in. She was definitely caught slipping. Point blank. And I think I always tell people this. Trust your gut. Seriously, if you feel like something shady is going on, and typically you don't have a reason to feel that way, then there's probably something going on. And I would probably investigate a little bit, especially if all of a sudden, there's suspicion.
So y'all breaking up. Y'all breaking up a little bit. It's like it's going in and out a little bit.
Okay. All right. We'll try to fix that. But we're getting ready to go to break anyway. So try calling us back. Okay.
Oh, trust me, I'm going to call her back. Trust me, I'm going to give you 5 minutes.
All right. Okay, then.
Now, for real, because I need to know, because I don't want to know if I'm doing something wrong or am I overreacting or but to me, it's like the little things are adding up because the little things matter. The big things are obvious, so you need to pay attention to the little.
Right. Got you. All right, then. So, thank you.
I'm going to call y'all back in 5. I need to know.
All right. LOR Tay. Thank you.
All right.
That is so funny. Yeah. She's slipping. All right, everybody, listen, stay tuned. We're getting ready to take a break. When we come back, more of this exciting topic. Don't get caught slipping.
No.
Right here on the Be Inspired Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty when he rants about his staff.
I agree. Can you come on? I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? God damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. I told you mind your business.
Well, Monty, if I can comment on the Jennifer Holiday situation, I
know I'm live on the air. I'm sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
I know I'm live on the air. This is why this show is called Talk Lately. Anyway, let's get back to every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community, many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home, and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunity.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Be Inspired Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. You're here with your boy HL7 Azrael.
And Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
And our topic today is don't get caught slipping.
Yes, it is. It most certainly is. Don't get caught slipping.
But previously we were talking to LOR Tay, and basically to give you your answer, phone call.
He's
there we go.
He's on the line. Okay. LOR Tay, are you there? Hello?
Is this the radio show with Teray Kylie, my boy? Yeah, Teray know who this is. Teray know who this is.
I think I just got caught slipping.
You got caught? I did, because I was calling him somebody else, thinking it was... I was thinking... Go ahead.
I'm going to give y'all a quick little story real quick, all right?
Okay.
All right, so this actually happened, surprisingly, at the City Poly game. It just happened. So right now, so I was in City Poly, met up with my girl there and everything, right? Everything going good, just chilling. My girl come, give me a couple kisses here and there, little hugs, just regular stuff a boyfriend would do with his, with his girlfriend, right?
Right.
Fast forward, get to the tailgate. Now, I didn't want to go to the tailgate because last year I went there and I almost got, this old woman, I got assaulted by this old woman. She touched my butt. I wasn't comfortable. I was 14. I was 14. I was like, excuse me, school child. I'm underage. I'm underage. She said, oh, I'm sorry, baby. So I'm like, yeah. All of a sudden, my ex comes out of nowhere, and he's like, this and that. Get your hand up off him. He's still mine. I'm like, pause. Now listen. I didn't know how to handle the situation, but I just know I'm angry to the max. I'm like, don't you not know? Like, it's over. This and that. Like, yeah, so on and so forth. And it gets to the point where I have to, sit down, think about, self-evaluate. This is not the way how you handle a situation. Come on, Chris. And I'm like, I walk my girlfriend to her car, to a ride. I'm like, all right, I'm going to text you. Just tell me when you get home. She's like, okay. As when I didn't know that she stood there in the car with her sister and watched me to make sure I was okay. When I turned behind and I went off on my ex, like, what the f*** is wrong with you? This and that. You always in the drama, trying to start some drama and some shit like this. Like, what the hell is your problem?
Wait.
As when my girl was like, Chris, you ain't had to do all that. Like, chill out. I'm like, nah, because she messed up the whole date and everything. So right now I'm on thin ice. I'm on some thin ice.
You got caught slipping.
You got caught slipping, bro.
But my question to you guys is how do y'all think I should have handled the situation?
You couldn't.
It wasn't nothing you could do, Chris.
That was it. Just say, I guess, and walk away.
Even if you tried to say something, it wouldn't have been nothing you could really say. You would have just got yourself more further and further in deep water.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, seriously.
Right.
You can't.
Right. All right. All right. Well, thank you guys. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, Teray. Y'all, I'll let you know as soon as
All right. Thank you, Chris. Y'all, I told y'all this topic is off the chain, right?
It's about to be a funny day.
Don't get caught slipping. It's to our guy LOR Tay. Yeah, for real. Like I said before, and I hope you're listening, that she got caught slipping. And my thing is, I always tell people, trust your gut. If you feel like it's some foolishness going on, especially if all of a sudden, okay, so I think we got another caller. Hello, welcome to the Be Inspired Radio Show. Who's on the line?
We good?
LOR Tay, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. All right, look. So let me finish real quick what I was saying. All right. So like I said earlier about all that extra. So then it's to the point where like I'll be having to kick her off my my music video sets. You feel me? Because like like everything I do is business and professional oriented. You feel me? Like, so if the females be like, I don't want a lot of men around watching me because men become perverts when they get together. Like, I'll make sure they're comfortable and all that. But I keep my girl around so she don't feel crazy when she see the video come about. So she can see it come about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you know this, so if I'm telling you Monday through Saturday, like, yo, we got the video Sunday, this is what it's going to be, is straight actor entertainment. Every Monday through Saturday, you like, yeah, babe, yeah, I can't wait. But then Sunday comes, shorty come and try to shake your hand, you look at her like she crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? And then you leave me at the video shoot, but you go home, get your work clothes for the next day, and you don't even come home that night when I get back from the video shoot. You feel me? And then the next morning, you like, oh, so what happened yesterday? Like, is she caught slipping or am I on some dumb shit?
No,
she caught slipping.
What I'm going to say is this. Like, because she's wilding.
Yeah.
Especially because you're being very professional and cordial about it and courteous because you're bringing her along to make sure that she's okay with it. It's all about trust. If you bring her there and she's still wilding, either something's going on with her or she's just insecure about it. But also with all that other stuff, I say just confront her based on how she reacts.
And look, I don't even mean to cut you off though, bro. Look, cause I'm a physical therapist. You hear me? Like, so I'll be at work. I deal with patients. You feel me? So like I'll be like, yo, I'm working on this patient. I'm gonna have to hit you right back. Shorty will be like, she'll hit me back in like 20 minutes. Be like, oh, I know you're done. So why you hit me back at? Why you hit me? And if I don't answer her, like she'll give me that same message for about 20 minutes straight. The same message. Why you answer me back? 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 You know what I'm saying? Oh, you would have bitch. 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 Who is the bitch? Who is the bitch? Who is the bitch?
Hold on.
It's like,
gotta slow down on the cursing though, because we don't really allow.
I'm sorry. Who is the chick? I'm sorry. I apologize to the radio station. I'm sorry. It's like, who is the chick? Who is the chick? Who is the chick? And then it's just like, once I reply back, it's just weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Is she caught slipping? Am I missing something? Is she obsessed with me? Because I'm like her first real relationship. I'm her first big father. Like, am I missing something? Like,
no, she's
is she a bird brain? Like what is it?
No, she's just very immature.
And we got to get ready to take a break. LORT. And also after this, we do have a guest that's going to be calling in. But we appreciate you giving us a call. And definitely, she caught slipping. Yes, she is. Thank you so much.
I need to hear that. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Shout out, y'all. All right.
Thank you. All right, now, so everybody stay tuned right here to the Be Inspired Radio Show. We're going to come back, and our special guest, our surprise guest, is Alicia Adams, co-author of Wisdom on the Wall. Y'all stay tuned right here to Be Inspired Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
As busy as you are, because they're good at itemizing their time, and they actually have a passion for what they do. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, I get to say this on Weird, was finding people who are not only interested in doing what you need to get done, but people who have a passion for it, because that will eliminate the idea of people just working for a paycheck. Right. Because when people sign up for a paycheck, we all had jobs where we slacked off, where we stole away in a little storage room.
Fell asleep.
Thank you.
I saw a meme the other day that had Bart Simpson and the little boy with the glasses. I didn't watch the show, so don't be mad at me. Don't send me no daggum messages. The little boy with the glass, Millhouse, that was his name. He's showing him a cave, and it says, when you're asked to show around the new coworker, and it says, this is where I come to cry. Cool.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt,
What's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle!
Woo!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning!
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great!
And endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing!
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to.
Then what you're going to
this.
do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up
and go past the first
apparently
3 lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What?
Me too. All right. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I am. I'm. You know, I don't think it hit me just yet though.
Cranberry on cranberry juice or water. No, let me stop. I'm a terrible influence.
That's not gonna work all the time.
Yeah, it's not.
What? What happened?
You wouldn't like it.
Okay.
It's bad stuff.
I left my charger.
Huh?
I was saying, how's the show going so far?
So far, it's going well.
Yeah, that's the
Our
USB joint.
topic is don't get caught slipping.
Beam me up, Scotty.
And yeah, it is.
Yo,
and
that
we
candy
had
is
2
ridiculous.
Two people call in and talk about relationships and how the other person in the relationship, you know, is starting to act a little strange. Like
they tripping.
and they asked, they were like,
I think I caught you slipping.
Are they being caught? Are they caught slipping? And we like, yes, absolutely. Something is not right.
I can't believe it.
Without a doubt.
Right.
I plead the fifth.
That whole week, though, I got at least 3 people coming to see me.
I'm gonna be on here like I plead the fifth.
So we have about 15 to 17 minutes to talk with you, and then after that, that'll be it.
Okay.
Come on, I'm gonna be like I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Like, Blizzard, when is the last time you got caught slipping?
I plead the fifth.
Preview of what you might talk about on Saturday.
That's all you're gonna hear me say the whole time. I plead the fifth.
I will not speak without my lawyer present.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah. This is a long break.
Is it?
Y'all like my hair?
Oh yeah.
I do. Are we back? Are we back? Oh goodness.
Well, how long have we been on
bloopers?
2 minutes? Are you kidding me?
Bloopers.
How about we did not know that? We were running our mouth hard. Anyway, that is a major blooper. TGIW, everybody. We got caught slipping. We got caught slipping. Listen, that was not even by design. I promise you. That was just a mistake. But anyway, TGIW, everybody. Thank you so much.
Wow,
we got caught slipping, y'all. This is Miss B Inspired on the mic.
The artist at Angel HL7 Azrael.
And Mr. I Plead the Fifth, you already Snow Blizzard.
Yes. And if you didn't know, our topic tonight is don't get caught slipping, which we just did.
Oh my God.
So bad, we were 2 minutes in to being caught slipping.
That's the blooper of the century.
Right. We were having all kinds of sidebar conversations and everything. But anyway.
We was talking about some
inappropriate things.
No, it wasn't inappropriate. It's just,
y'all don't have me over here having fits and whatnot.
No, I plead. Oh my God.
I plead the fifth. That's all you gotta say. I plead the fifth.
All right, but anyway, I don't want to take up too much time because I do have Alicia Adams on the line. She is the co-author of the book Wisdom on the Wall, which I am also a co-author, and this has just been an amazing journey, I have to say. It's been life-changing. It definitely has opened many doors, and it's just unfolding. And I'm excited because this book just talks about so many different relevant topics, not just to, as Alicia would say, not just to women, but to anyone who needs help on different topics, such as financial well-being and anxiety and depression, singleness, all of these things that plague or that the everyday person have to deal with is addressed in this book. So I'm excited to be on the same platform with her this coming Saturday for the Wisdom on the Wall workshop in Delaware. So I just wanted to take the time to introduce Alicia. Hey, Alicia. Yeah, we're doing well. We are doing well. And so I know we've been doing a lot of behind the scenes planning for Saturday, right?
Woohoo, absolutely. But it's all good though.
Yeah, absolutely. And the amount of passion that we're putting in this, I know that the women will be truly blessed because, yeah, definitely very passionate planning, I will say. That's the best way I can say it.
All details are being covered, that's for sure.
Definitely. So, from your perspective, what can the attendees on Saturday look forward to when they come to the Wisdom on the Wall workshop?
Well, first and foremost, they will feel all of our excitement. I know just from us working together behind the scenes trying to get this together, like you mentioned, the passion, the excitement, the desire to just transform lives and empower people is definitely at forefront. But just to throw out there the name of our workshop tonight, or on Saturday, is entitled Thriving Emotionally and Financially Through the Holidays. And as we all know, unfortunately, some people aren't able to be all excited and giddy and upbeat during the holidays because of various reasons. And I'm just excited about the timeliness of this topic, where we're going to be dealing with the emotional aspect of the holidays and the financial aspects of the holiday. And I think that when we look at our focus in terms of empowering our attendees are going to actually come away with some wisdom nuggets on how to thrive during the holiday season, not just survive, but actually thrive through the holidays. And I'm just excited in terms of the financial piece, which is the piece that I'm going to be covering, and that we're going to be looking at some tips that will set people up when it comes to their finances during the holiday spending season. Because unfortunately, sometimes people just kind of lose their minds during that time. You don't think about life continues after the holidays.
Yes.
So we'll be dealing with that piece, and then we'll look at how to create and maintain that holiday spending plan, because once that spending plan is in place, it'll guide people easily through the holidays so that they can come out on the other end feeling as though they're thriving. And then we're going to also look at healthy spending habits during that holiday season as well. So I'm just excited because I can feel what I'm putting into it, and I know also from your standpoint, you're going to be doing the emotional side.
Yes.
And I know how passionate you are about your topic, and it's just going to be an explosion. And I can't wait to see the the positive testimonies and the transformations that are going to come out of that day.
Yes, I agree totally. And yes, I am also a speaker this coming Saturday. I will be talking about thriving emotionally through the holidays. And I'm excited because I want to deal with some of the misconceptions of the holiday and how we're constantly programmed by what we see and how it feeds how we should feel during the holidays. Because everything we see is, oh, you know, be merry, be happy, happy holidays. And for a lot of people, that's not the reality. So on Saturday, what I'm going to deal with is some of the misconceptions and the programming that happens and things that we see in the holidays, especially from a commercial standpoint. Thank you very much.
I'm
Yes.
usually very sad on holidays.
Yeah. And you know, it's because we and I'm not going to give too much away, but I will say this is just a free wisdom nugget for you, is that a lot of times we feel guilt because of the programming, because we're told that we should be holly and jolly around this time of year, and because we may not for one reason or another, we internalize guilt. So that's something of what I'm going to talk about on Saturday. And as you can tell, yes, Alicia, I'm very passionate about emotional well-being because it impacts your entire life. If your mind is not in a way where it's healthy, it's hard for you to do pretty much anything else, you know. So yes.
I was just thinking the same thing, in that, you know, when we look at these two topics coming together, it wasn't an accident or coincidence, because you look at it, the emotions affect how we handle our finances.
Yes.
And then vice versa, our finances in many cases affect our emotions.
Yes.
It's going to be great to see that intersection coming into play on Saturday.
Absolutely. So if you all don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about the Wisdom on the Wall workshop that will be this Saturday, November the 11th, 2017, from 10 to 2 p.m. I don't have the exact address in front of me, but I'm going to make sure that I give it to you. Do you have it, Alicia?
I do.
Okay.
Yes. It's going to be at the First Alliance Church, and the address is 2145 Graves Road, and that's in Hockessin, Delaware. Again, that's First Alliance Church, 2145 Graves Road, and that's in Hockessin, Delaware.
Yeah, and I always say it wrong. It's, how do you say it? Because everybody knows I can mess up a name. Hockessin. I don't know. I was called it Hockessin and everything.
It's okay, because if they spelled it the way you said it, they'll find it.
Right. Hockessin. That's right. So, but yeah, there's so much to look forward to, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm so honored to be on the same platform with Alicia. She does so much in the community by way of financial empowerment. She teaches at She teaches at the prison. Oh, can you talk a little bit about some of the community work you do?
Oh, bless your heart. Well, first of all, before I say that, I have to say I'm honored to be on the platform with you as well, and all that you do. So kudos to you as well.
Thank you.
Yes, I am definitely about financial empowerment. I've been blessed to be able to go into the prisons in Delaware. I go into the men and the women's prisons and provide financial education to the men and women who are within a few months of being released, so that the whole point behind it is that when they come out and they start working, the money that's flowing in, they actually know how to handle it properly, so that they don't do things that get them back in those institutions. So that's something that's really near and dear to my heart, because you see that it's not only them, but the lives of their families are transformed as well. And then I'm blessed to be able to actually teach financial classes throughout the communities within Delaware. So my main focus is really financial empowerment, because when we can get our finances together, a lot of the other things that impact our lives are transformed as well. Relationships, you know, a lot of times when you look at statistics, especially when you look at things like divorce, you know, more than 50% of marriages end in divorce, and basically 80 to 90% of them would say they divorced because of money or the lack thereof.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's important to really deal with that topic. So, yes, again, I'm just excited for being able to work with you, and as well as Kadisha Carroll.
Yes.
the brainchild, so to speak, of Wisdom on the Wall.
Yes, she is.
Shout out to her.
Absolutely.
As well. It's just to be able to work with phenomenal women and know that we're empowering and changing the lives of, like Naomi said in the beginning, it's not just about women, but also the men as well. And in this particular case, although this is a women's event, we know that the information that we'll be sharing with these women will impact their spouses, their significant others, and their children, because that information will actually basically kind of drizzle down, for lack of a better word, to those that they come into contact with. So it's a family affair, if you want to look at it that way.
It is. I totally agree, and I believe I believe that this Wisdom on the Wall is going to be a movement, and that's what I believe we are doing. Is we're creating a movement where people essentially, even after we've presented in these workshops, then they'll be inspired to sort of document some of the things that they've gone through and empower somebody else. So it'll be like a chain effect. So they'll see that, we were just 3 women who have gone through various things and experiences in our lives, and we just took the opportunity to sit down, put it in a book, and then it'll be a movement, and then other women will be inspired to do the same thing. Let me tell you, we are better together. We are so much better together, family. I'm telling you, when we band together, put our resources and our experiences together, we can create a movement, and that's what it's about, inspiring people to do more than what they may currently see of their own lives, that they can do so much more. So yeah.
You are exactly right.
So yeah,
when you said the whole thing about us being better together, it's all about that whole sense of being in community, being in fellowship, versus being isolated, thinking that we're island in and of ourselves. We impact the lives around us, so if we can keep that in mind, we're better together in all areas and aspects of our lives, this whole world will be a better place.
Yes, it really would be. It really would be. And I think that's another part of the emotional side of it, and dealing with some of the insecurities that people feel, because a lot of times that's what hinders people from wanting to work with someone else, feeling intimidated, feeling as if what they have might get stolen or what have you. Oh my gosh, we got 30 seconds. Alicia, that went fast, and you were worried about not having enough to say. Yes, but I want to thank you. Yes,
thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
We'll see all of you, those who are listening, we'll see you at Thriving Emotionally and Financially Through the Holidays this upcoming Saturday, November 11th.
Thank you so much, Alicia. See you Saturday and talk to you tomorrow.
Yes. Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Then. Bye. Okay, family, stay tuned. We're about to take a break. If you didn't know, our topic is don't get caught slipping. We're going to pick that up right after this break, so don't you move. Stay tuned to the Be Inspired Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe, but are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, God.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome to the Be Inspired Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. You're here with HL7 Azrael.
Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
And as I said before, Mr. I Plead the Fifth, you already know Blizzard.
And today our topic is
Don't get caught slipping.
Don't.
Nah, don't even do that. Now listen, if you don't know what that means, yes, that is slang for all my proper listeners. Okay, it is slang. Don't get caught slipping. So that means don't get caught off guard, unprepared, making dumb mistakes, not covering yourself. What else you want to say?
Don't get caught.
Don't get caught slipping. Don't do it. Don't do it. In the beginning of the show, we had two callers that called in to talk about relationship issues and how one of the callers, LOR Tay, thank you so much for calling in, was talking about his girl who is, now sweating him really hard. He is a physical therapist. He's a music producer, all of this stuff like that. And she is like calling him every 5 seconds. And then, she's always suspicious of him. But then there's this other guy that she appears to be dealing with on the side. So he wanted to know, was she caught slipping? And what was the answer?
Yeah, she was caught.
She was caught slipping.
She was caught.
Yeah,
to be honest, she gave herself away when she started overreacting.
Right. She was being too much. She was caught slipping. So that's an example. I'll give you an example of mine. And this is real simple, but I know I'm not the only one that this happened to. So I went to Target last night. And I'm shopping. I'm just filling my cart with this and that. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, a little Christmas gift right there. Get to the register. They ringing it all up. And they say, ma'am, your total is blah, blah, blah. I open my wallet. I go in my wallet. And my debit card is not in there. I was caught slipping, y'all. I was caught slipping. I was caught slipping. Oh, my wonderful merchandise. I had to leave there at the store because I was caught slipping. I didn't have my card. Now, I know I'm not the only one that has happened to. For sure. All right, so.
Before I walk into places I check, I'd be like, hold on, before I go in and touch anything, let me just.
I know. I probably will do that now. I probably, hopefully, won't get caught slipping like that again.
I got caught slipping yesterday.
All right.
How so?
What happened?
I got caught slipping and drenched with gasoline.
Wait a minute, you got to say it in the mic. Say it in the mic.
I got caught slipping and I got drenched with gasoline.
Wow, how?
I was at work. I was putting the gasoline in the truck. You know how when you put in the gas and you put a little thing by itself? You know how you so you won't have to keep pumping it?
Yeah.
So I did that. Dude come over and asked me for $1. He like scared me kind of because he like came from behind. He was like, hey, you got $1? So I pulled it out. When I pulled it out, it was...
Oh!
Got caught slipping, man.
You got caught slipping. Oh my gosh.
Like I was like, oh, I do not want to be near nobody with fire, cigarettes, or none of that.
Leave me alone.
I was flammable last night, son. Like literally flammable.
That was a perfect example.
Yeah.
You first of all, you was caught off guard by that person asking you for.
He came out nowhere like with a hoodie, and he was like just creeped up behind me like, "You got $1?" Like, oh. Pour the gas tank out like, oh. I'm drowning in gas. Like,
oh god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro.
That was good. I gotta give you a bell on that one.
And that's a true story.
Yes, true story.
Very terrible.
Yeah, it was, and it happened right up by security.
All right, so does anybody else? Oh, of a security?
Exactly which gas station?
BP.
Oh, I know which one you talking about.
Wait, pause. You mean the one that's by the McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yes, it's across the street from the mall.
I live over there.
I work AAA right around there. So.
You work up the street from me then.
Yeah.
We're all around each other.
It was meant to be, yo.
It was.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Fake.
All right, so let me take a second to get some shout outs. I gotta definitely get some shout outs. Demeter Queen, absolutely. Yes, we them girls, absolutely determined, empowered, and motivated. We them girls. Deborah Franklin is also one of them girls. They were on the show with me last week, and we had so much. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was litty.
Yeah, it was.
It was litty. Yeah. Yeah.
She was on the side like that.
She is. You think you the selfie king?
Yeah, she was on
the selfie queen. Shout out Demeter.
So she was like, I was like,
yes, and I was making fun of her on the post show, on the Be Inspired Radio post show, because she was up in here straight trying to find the right lighting. She was doing all like that.
It's lighting and angles.
Yeah, lighting and angles.
She was in, and we was making so much fun. But Demeter seriously is so awesome. When I tell you she's the truth, absolutely. And of course, Deborah Franklin, you know, I think it's an honor to be on the same platform with her also, because she's so accomplished and she's passionate about what she does as a radio personality, as a host, as an author. She does so much. All right, family.
Yeah, I was going to have last week.
Right, we were definitely. Okay, so when we come back from the break, I'm going to do some more shout outs, and we're going to talk some more about this topic. Don't get caught slipping, right here on the Be Inspired Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up, guys? It's Shepsworth Bentley, and you are tuning in right now, live to Homegrown Radio every Sunday.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop King, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designated texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Exactly.
I've never heard of a bearded man robbing somebody.
Welcome back to the Be Inspired Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. You're here with the beardless HL7 Azrael.
Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
And Mr. I Plead the Fifth, you already Snow Blizzard. Want to go ahead and send a special happy birthday shout out to the boss.
Boss man.
Money, happy birthday, brother. Yeah, I hope you turned in. I know you turned in because you the boss. Yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Straight
birthday.
Like that. Boom. You're done, though.
I hope you're enjoying it. We hope you're enjoying it, for sure. All right, so what's our topic tonight, y'all?
Don't get caught slipping.
Don't get caught slipping. That's all we saying. So,
slipping,
right. Me and Blizz just got finished giving an
example.
Girl.
Let's go.
So, Azrael is all you, man.
The only time I was really caught slipping was like 2 segments ago.
Okay.
Bloopers.
Well, yeah. 2
segments
segments ago. Yeah. That was really the I don't get caught slip, because it all started with literally being caught slipping in middle school. Like, people used to trip and fall, and one day I fell, and I was like, I don't like falling.
Right.
I'm not falling anymore. And ever since then, people don't catch me slipping. I don't fall, nothing. Like, I'm just a wall. Like, just no.
Nothing ever happened when you felt set up like, oh, dang. Well, it happens to me all the time.
I refuse.
And it's not necessarily because, you know, of anything. It's just that life happens. Like I told you, when I was at Target, I get up to the checkout and think I'm about to buy a whole cart of stuff, and I realize I don't have my bank card in my wallet.
Oh, man.
Oh, I was set up.
Yeah, that's
I was caught slipping, for real. I know I'm not the only one that's ever happened to. Or you get to the gas station and you like, I need to get some gas, and your card is not in your wallet.
But you know who else got caught slipping?
What?
Meek Mill.
Oh gosh. All right, so talk about that.
Did y'all hear about what happened?
Yeah, I heard.
You got to fill me in.
So Meek Mill gets arrested, and he's going to jail for 2 to 4 years for probation violations.
Really now?
Yeah, it was. He got into a couple altercations. He was in a fight at an airport.
Yeah, in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Really?
Thank you for the likes. Got a fight in an airport. He was doing he broke a couple traveling restrictions. He was riding dirt bikes when he wasn't supposed to be. A bunch of stuff. But so when he goes back to Philly and the judge has him in court, the prosecutor, and like, this is why people are mad, but the prosecutor was like, oh, we don't recommend, you putting him in jail. And usually judges don't ignore prosecutor recommendations, but this time she did, because she simply said, you're too new to the case, so you just wouldn't understand, because it's a reoccurring issue.
Right.
And like, a lot of people are mad, but I just think he got caught slipping.
He got caught slipping.
But I am proud of him because he owned up to it.
Okay.
So honestly, I'm proud of him. Like, a lot of people, and Nicki Minaj, I'm mad at her. She is disrespectful. Did y'all see what she did too?
No.
Blizzard, you ain't.
What happened?
Don't drop the soap.
Yeah, as soon as that happened and it got out, she put "Don't drop the soap" on Twitter.
She is big patty. She's big patty.
But the date on that was like.
Yeah, she is big patty.
The date on that was like 2016 or whatever. That's why.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's old.
Oh, well.
Old news.
Yeah.
Old news.
That's crazy. But they said that what they say, something about the judge wanted Meek Mill to sign with her friend or something, Lee Rock Nation or whatever. So that's why they trying to like get Meek out of jail now because they saying it was like set up or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
It was set up.
To be honest, I heard it was because she was trying to get a shout out in a song. To be honest, I don't think it was a setup because the events were there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
and he was on probation, and we do have evidence of everything.
Yeah, but people do more petty stuff.
Of course, but at the same time, it's like there's a narrative. If you have a career and you have money, you can get out of stuff.
Especially when you're in the public eye. You feel me?
That's the norm. That's why I said when they say quote unquote it's a setup, whatever. That's code for we just trying to get you out of jail. Right. Because you need to make this money real quick for us. That's how I believe. That's how I feel.
To be honest, he's going to come out of jail making more money because society loves when you go to jail. But that's besides the point.
Very much so.
It makes no sense, but you know.
What about Tyrese?
Oh man.
Womp womp womp.
I can't. I don't know.
Okay. So if y'all don't know, Tyrese, the singer, he's also an actor. He played in almost all of the Fast and Furious. Did he play in all of them? Was he in all of them?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. And so he recently released a video where he got very emotional about the custody battle for his daughter with his ex. And he even went on to talk about how broke he is in this video. And he was very emotional in this video. Now, Tyrese has been known to release some crazy videos where he posts his opinion about things, and he's entitled to that.
Right.
But this particular time, he got extremely emotional
it was weird.
Over how he feels like he's being done. He feels like he's being done wrong in terms of his relationship with his daughter. He feels like she's being kept away from him, and he's broke and all that stuff like that. So my question to you is, do you feel like he was caught slipping?
Yes.
Releasing that video.
Yeah, he caught himself slipping.
I don't know, man.
What you feel like?
That's family. Like that's his daughter. Like
yeah.
I mean, it's very understandable. It's very understandable. I already started on some of them. But yeah, I just think that he did get caught slipping. Well, he caught himself slipping, but I understand where he was coming from because it's very reasonable to get emotional over your child.
Yeah.
So, like, because of course that's your child, you created a life, like, you're going to get emotional. But just because he was caught slipping doesn't mean that it was bad per se.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like how people responded to it was kind of weird.
But here's what I'll say about it.
Weird.
So I get it. He is absolutely entitled to being emotional over the situation with his daughter. It is family. That's a very delicate issue. Right. Here's why I feel like he was caught slipping. Because he posted that for everybody to see.
Nowadays you can't post nothing. They're gonna turn you into a meme.
Right. And the moment
of turn you into a meme.
Meme.
What is it?
A meme.
Oh, a meme.
A meme.
I call it a meme.
I've heard people call it meme too.
I got Baltimore City School education. Memes.
I haven't heard.
Shouts out to the memes
since they first started coming back.
Shouts out to the memes.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like he got caught slipping because he allowed his emotions to get so overwhelming to him that he felt like he needed to take to social media and do this video. Some would say it was a cry for help, okay? But when you're dealing with a family matter like that, that is private. And the moment you post it on social media for everybody to see, you have to expect that people are going to respond. And you don't know, you absolutely do not know what kind of response you're going to get.
You really get a different one.
You know what I'm saying? You might have somebody who might be sympathetic. You definitely gonna get somebody that's gonna make fun of you, especially if you were bold enough to put
of the internet.
Exactly.
They waiting. They like this.
Hello.
Refresh.
They're waiting to catch you slipping.
Refresh.
They about to help you go viral, okay? So my thing is, he was caught slipping because that is a delicate matter, and it is. But my thing is, I feel like it's also private. And the moment you sit here and do a video and just rag on your ex, talk about how broke you are, my thing, he was overwhelmed by his emotion, and he let his emotion get the best of him. Now, this is not to say he was not entitled to feel the way he does. It's a serious matter. He's emotional because that's his daughter. He loves his daughter. He wants to be able to spend time with her and things like that. And we already just got finished talking with Alicia about how finances can cause your emotions to go crazy as well. So he's in a difficult situation. I wish he would have taken a few steps back first before he decided to take to social media. I mean, one thing good came out of it. Will and Jada donated like $5 million to him.
Oh God! I thought they said that was a lie.
Is that a lie?
I thought I could have swore something. It was like
it could have been.
I don't know. It's weird though.
It could have been.
This just reminded me of the biggest moment that a person was caught slipping ever in the history of ever. Y'all remember what happened with Nick Young and D'Angelo Russell?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you gotta explain. Y'all know, y'all gotta fill me in, cause
it was something with a phone
or something.
What was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
They're both playing on the same basketball team. Wasn't it the Warriors?
Clippers.
All right, so they're both on the Clippers, and when you're
Lakers.
Lakers. All right.
Yeah.
So
same city.
So when you're on a team, like a team that you're traveling with all the time and working with heavily, what happened?
Aisha is downstairs. Somebody gotta let her in.
Aisha?
Yes, she is here.
Okay.
But
I shall return.
Actually, Eric just went. Let me let her know.
But so it's crazy because you're traveling together and you're a team and you have to work together and you have to trust your teammates. Flat. Like if you played any sport, that's a thing that you have to trust your teammates or you'll fail.
Yes.
But what happens is they're in the room, in their hotel room, talking a fully confidential conversation.
Oh my gosh.
And this man, Nick Young, is talking about how he was cheating on his girlfriend.
Not good.
Iggy Azalea.
Oh yeah, it was Iggy at the time. Yeah.
And D'Angelo Russell was sitting there recording it the entire time, and then proceeded to post it. So he was caught slipping bad. It went viral immediately.
Oh my gosh!
But then D'Angelo, he got caught slipping even worse because that next day they were playing a game. Actually, a couple days later, they were playing a game and they refused to pass him the ball. They rather lose than pass him the ball. Like really. Yeah. People were double covered and they turned it over before he got the ball. He did not touch the ball all game. Like, he was mad.
Yeah, not good. Not good. So if you are just tuning in, family, our topic tonight is don't get caught slipping. Don't do it. Don't do it. And for all of my proper listeners, yes, it is slang. Don't get caught off guard, unprepared, making dumb mistakes, and not covering yourself. Anybody got any stories like that? Any listeners? Call us at 410-702-5657 and let us know what you think. If you have any examples or maybe something happened to you where you got caught slipping, definitely call us at 410-702-5657, or you can leave a comment. If you're tuned in via Facebook Live, you can leave a comment in the Facebook Live feed, and you can also send us a text at 443-642-9403. Gotta give a couple of more shout outs. Swift James, he is a producer. I actually met him when me and my husband were going to apply for an apartment, and he's a producer. Yes, so we're working on trying to get him on the show. Also, we have Marcus Keys. He's on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Who else do we have? Yeah, so definitely share this video out. We talking about don't get caught slipping like Tyrese, like we just now said, like Meek Mill. Definitely don't do that.
Just don't get caught slipping.
Or like your girl Miss Be Inspired. Or Blizzard.
Yeah, gasoline.
With gasoline. You know, don't get caught slipping. Take some time, prepare, you know, do some things like that. You don't want to get caught. You don't want to get caught off guard. All right, so family, we are getting ready to go on break. I'm excited because our next guest is not a guest at all. She's actually a contributor to the Be Inspired radio show. Financial expert Aisha Edwards is in the building, founder of Do It All Girl. She will be in the studio with us just in a minute, so make sure you stay tuned to the Be Inspired radio show only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Didn't get a chance to tune in last week? Well, here's what you missed on the Artist Exchange radio show.
Being a stage actor, how has that prepared you for comedy?
Oh man, I think that being a thespian definitely gave me a head start and an advantage over most of the guys that just go right into comedy. I mean, it definitely helps with stage presence, memorization. Just, you know, a lot of comedians in the city, they don't consider every aspect of the performance, like what you're wearing, you know, how you say certain words, and being a stage actor, like I definitely, I'm thinking about every part of the joke when I write it or when I perform it. You know, like I try to do it as a performer without looking too stagey.
Tune in every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and every Saturday 12 to 2 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com. This is the Artist Exchange. Real artists, real talk.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Couple minutes left in the segment. Sure. Change is good. Yes. Knowing when to make that change in your life. And I think it's important that you know a strategy. You know where you need to go. But change is good. Everything don't stay the same.
Right.
And if you're a person, especially for old people, that can't accept change, then it's kind of hard. Right. I was going to a church. I'm gonna make this real brief. I was going to a church that could not, some older members. I attended.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You are now tuned into the Be Inspired radio show only on BeExposedRadio.com. With one of your co-hosts. You already know Mr. I Plead the Fifth Blizzard.
And the Artisan Angel HL7 Azrael.
Say it again.
The Artisan Angel HL7 Azrael. And we have our special guest,
Miss Aisha
Edwards, also known as
the
Do It All Girl.
The Do It All Girl. And the topic for tonight is don't
get
caught
slipping.
So now everybody shared their story. So Miss Aisha Edwards is going to share her story of when she got caught slipping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so yesterday,
kind of was having a lazy day, kind of was home, and so I decided to come out just for a quick late night run to the store. And it's not what I usually do, but I came out kind of looking a little rough, you know, had a little house dress on, put the coat on over it, just put my little handkerchief on and, you know, grab my stuff and head to the store. Well, I wanted to buy a bottle of wine, you know, pizza. I'm having a, you know, Netflix night. Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill.
I get to the register, and I should know better. But what did they do? They're like, okay, can I see your ID?
Oh.
And I absolutely did not have it. And the worst thing was actually that I drove there. So I had no license with me.
Ooh.
And I'm sitting there going, I promise I'm old enough. And they're looking at me, because, you know, black don't crack.
Don't crack at all.
They're not sure. They're not
don't
sure.
crack at all.
So, yeah, I was caught slipping yesterday. They kind of looked at my basket and figured, you know, I got a pineapple, a pizza, and a bottle of wine. I'm probably not, you know, a teenager, so yeah, they let me go. But
they should have known
that
once they saw the fruit.
Like, you definitely got caught slipping.
Yeah, teens don't eat fruit willingly.
I just remembered of a time that I just got caught slipping from that too, like from that story. It was actually, this was earlier this week, I think.
Uh-oh.
No, it was Sunday. I remember exactly. So I was over my good friend Edward's house. It was me, Brandon, Edward, and James. So we're all chilling, and me and Brandon go to the skate park, and James asks us to go get him something on our way home. Now, he asked us to stop by this shop called Sugar. Do y'all know what that shop is?
Isn't that down the harbor?
It's a candy store, right?
No, not It Sugar.
Oh.
I can tell by your face that you knew.
Uh-oh.
It's an adult store.
Oh.
Right, so.
Oh.
Right, so.
Okay. That type of sugar.
So.
Come on, sugar.
So,
right.
Oh, yeah.
The R, it's just sugar.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Fabulous. But, yeah, so basically, that was closed. So we end up going to Big Tops down here on Baltimore Street. So mind you, me and my friend Brandon, like we are very awkward. You have met Brandon. We are very awkward. So me and him skate down the street and we walk into the store and we go all the way at the back trying to find something. So everyone in the store is just looking at us because we're really sitting here consulting each other over which one did he want to get. I end up calling my friend and we're on video chat really doing all of this, picking out.
What were you getting?
Interesting videos. Interesting videos.
No, not even videos. That was the worst part. We were getting like a little bullet.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right, yeah.
Alrighty then.
All right. Exactly.
In other news,
I got caught slipping.
Commercial. Let's go to commercial.
Say beep, bleep, or something.
Commercial.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that machine you make smoothies and things
Yes.
with.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
So
what that
I
is.
was even, like, what? I felt so awkward about it. I was like, dang, the first time I'm in here and it's not even for me. Someone else asked someone else who asked me to go get it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't like it either. I was stuck for the night.
I have a very embarrassing don't get caught slipping thing. I don't mind putting myself out there. So one day, I take a shower every day. Let me just say that. But this particular day, I'm getting all dressed. I have to be at work by 8 a.m. So I hop up, get my shower and all that stuff, put my clothes on, get in the car. I'm like, good. I'm out by a certain time. I'm doing good. So I get where I'm going. And I have to, so what I have to do is I actually work in training, and we have to sometimes sign people in who don't have badges to get into our building. So I need to be there by 8 a.m. And so I get there, I scan myself in and everything, and the first couple of visitors come in. And so I extend my hand to shake it, and all of a sudden this like smell starts to come up. I forgot to put on deodorant. I got caught slipping. Let me tell you, I went to the nearest Rite Aid so fast. I was like, oh yeah, I put myself out there. I don't care.
It's happened to everyone, whether they want to admit it or
yeah.
not.
Exactly.
Story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
I got caught slipping. I was like, oops. How you doing? And the whole time I had to do just like this until I got to that Rite Aid. So yeah, that's my slipping moment. Anybody else got any? If not, no worries. Because we gotta let Aisha talk.
All right.
All right. So on that note, spending your money on Dio. Yeah. What are your feelings about money?
White powder.
Exactly. There it is. Right.
I think people have all kinds of different. If you're on a serious note, have different feelings about it. Deodorant and thing like buying certain things like that, like deodorant and stuff, chemicals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't like the sticky stuff, man. Sticky.
So with money.
So
yeah, I hate that because it clumps up and everything. But I actually have a question for you with money.
Okay.
So I was talking to a friend about investments and everything, and we ended up talking about this company. I think it's called Bitcoin. They're creating a new cryptocurrency that's on the rise, and it's going to replace like gold as what backs our currency. But I was watching a very popular show called Rick and Morty. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
All right. So there was an episode of Rick and Morty to where he destroyed the entire galactic government by simply turning a 1 to a 0. So what do you think? Because it's like it took the value of it and made it worth nothing because it is digital. So its value is whatever you kind of assign to it. So what do you think about the cryptocurrency?
In general, I don't think it's something that it's not something I would invest in. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
And the reason is that basically they have this technology behind it, this blockchain kind of technology, and every transaction that happens in the network is connected to each other. And you have to kind of have a code, and there's some, of course, encryption, whereby, if I'm paying for something or buying an item, I'm making a transfer in this currency to another person. And it's kind of because of all of the anonymity behind it, because it's not regulated by government, you wind up having a lot of shadow transactions going on in there. And so it winds up being very good for people who don't necessarily need to be on the up and up. Not that that's the only use for it, but that's one of the uses.
All right, so we gotta go to break on that note. We can ask some more questions, so think about it, family. Even our listeners, make sure you jot down some questions, some financial questions you might have for Aisha tonight. She's the financial expert. We definitely are not. But make sure you turn in those questions. Just stay tuned to the Be Inspired Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. I'm tired.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
People getting in, they make their money, they pull their money out, and then the whole system tanks, and then everyone else is left holding it back.
Welcome back to the Be Inspired Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. You're here with HL7 Azrael.
Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
Mr. I Plead the Fifth, you already Snow Blizzard.
And Aisha, playfully known as the Do-It-All Girl.
Yes.
And you just caught a little bit of our, commercial conversations.
So basically what I was getting at is that because the government is not really regulating it, what could happen is if, let's say, something goes down within the system, the government has no way of tracking that. They don't have any, they're not regulating it. There's no way of resolving any transaction issues. A few months ago, there was a big issue about how can we upgrade pieces of the network, and it almost sent things to a grinding halt because they were basically trying to figure out how to get everyone on the same technology and make sure that they're all, functioning with the, the equal upgrades. And so what happens is when you have a system that's not being regulated by the government and there's no insurance in the system for individuals, if something happens, basically, if I go to my bank and my bank goes down, every customer's FDIC short, I think, $250,000. But in the Bitcoin system, there is no insurance. Now, what their expectation is they're always thinking nothing's going to happen, right? But I mean, we didn't think 2008 would happen, right? Where big, large banks were going down and they brought the whole system down. So there's always going to be this new thing to invest in that, usually the first people who get in, they're the first movers. They put their money in, the thing grows really big, and they get their money out, right? It's almost like the dot-coms. But then those late people, when something happens to the system, they're the late comers to the system. They didn't really realize the risk. This is not liquid. You can't get your money out as fast because if one person wants to get their money out, then the next person gets their money. That's a whole barrage of transactions hitting the system at one time. It's going to pull the whole thing down, and it'll probably send it to a halt. It could crash.
So how do you know the difference? Like when you're going to invest, how do you know the difference between what could potentially be a scheme versus a legitimate investment?
Okay, so I would say stick with the old tried and true things. You have, my personal favorite, I mean, we have mutual funds, we have ETFs, you have, bond funds, you have all these different kinds of vehicles. I mean, you also have your 401k. First of all, let me just say, this is the first thing I advocate to everyone. I wouldn't even think of investing in anything else unless my 401k is fully invested. My 401k, my TSP, whatever the maximum that I can put in, whatever that is, that's where your first of your money should be going. Now, let's just say that you're blessed and you're able to put money somewhere else, or you want to start to put money into something else so you can grow something on the side because you now, gotten comfortable and you want to grow your money. The next thing, you can basically go to a brokerage account. You open it up at any bank. I would probably advocate for people. It's much easier. Let's say if you have an account with a specific bank and there's a brokerage tied to it, you can basically have your funds electronically transferred over there and then maybe automatically invest in something. But my first preference, once your 401k is fully invested in, is to just invest in an ETF. I would actually say an index ETF because it follows the index and it's something very simple. And you can do it similar to what you do with your 401k. 401k, they take out you know, whatever percentage that you choose every week or every 2 weeks, and you buy a specific number of shares. It's called dollar cost averaging. It's very simple. You don't have to know everything that's going on, but all you have to do is find out what the fees are, what the historic rates. Of course, the historic return rates don't necessarily guarantee you future rates, but they're investing in things that you will see that are easy to find in the market, and you don't have to worry about it being a scheme. These are registered investment advisors, registered investment firms that have been around, tried and true, and they're putting together these investment funds such that you can buy it and, you know, put it in your own brokerage account and decide how much you want to buy on a weekly basis and kind of manage the investment yourself in your own account.
So I got another question. How do you feel about investing in products that you use? Like, yeah.
Okay, so there's this old adage, invest in what you know.
Okay.
I would say, my take is a little different. Invest in what you've researched, but start with what you know.
Okay.
So, for example, let's just say I'm someone who works in retail. Why not start with retail? Now, right now, retail is having a bad kind of, you know, tumble. It's probably one of the worst performing sectors for this past year. But let's just say, for example, everyone knows Amazon, right?
Yes.
You understand how Amazon, you know, it ships its products. They're trying to get to you products either next day or within 48 hours. You know, they have other businesses. They have cloud, you know, basements. They're a fully integrated company, and they're in a myriad of business. And I'm sure that every time you turn on the news, they get into another industry, all of a sudden other companies tank. This company tanked because of X. Or you saw when they bought Whole Foods, that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say start with those kind of companies because they're companies that you could understand as someone who might be in retail, or it might be just something simple. You understand what the product is that they have, what the businesses they're offering, what the trajectory it is, and you can either decide to buy it yourself, but what I would do is find a fund, and this is just to start. For the beginning investor, find a fund that has that particular company in it, and then invest in that fund.
Okay.
So that that person, whoever is managing the fund or managing the ETF specifically to make sure companies are being bought in a specific percentage, it's like a basket of companies that the specific ETF keeps in its portfolio. You're just buying that, and your risk is diversified, and it kind of eliminates you, and I don't want to say it eliminates you from watching your investment, because, you know, you have to you have to create a plan for how you're going to invest, but at least if you're investing in companies that you know you feel comfortable with, and they're in a basket with other companies, you're kind of basically gonna perform at the at what the market is performing at whatever's happening in the market. However that company's performing, you're going to perform at that level.
Right.
And the goal of the specific ETF is going to be to make sure it's performing with other funds at that market, or else people are not going to want to invest in that fund.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
So for us high rollers, what? Because I shoot for the sky. What advice do you have for people trying to invest in businesses that are like starting out? Because I remember I took a business class and we did a project on like stocks and investments and everything, and we made a game of it, and it was whoever had the most money by the end of the year won. And I started looking at, and we talked about how when you invest in companies like Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, those are companies to where you're not necessarily going to gain too much, but it's a low risk. But to where you invest in a company that's not all the way up there, you have the potential of it going up and becoming an Apple, Microsoft.
All right.
Like
so you're absolutely correct. Now, first, let me just say that every company is not going to be your Apple, your Microsoft, your, you know, Amazon, so on and so forth. So the first thing I would say is what you're really wanting to look for is companies that are growing. And it's not just that they're growing at an exponential rate over several years, and you can see what the business is, because what's really happening is when you're investing in newer public companies or earlier stage growth companies, the price of that asset is being priced at what they think the future cash flows are going to be.
Right.
So every time you're
buying a company or every time they report earnings, they're basically readjusting the value of that company to what they think it is today. So everything is priced in today. But if that company is growing, let's say, it's having revenues of 25%, then it's having 35%, 45%, that stuff may not have been in the model. However, because they're growing at that fast of a rate, their stock price is going to actually grow at that rate as well. But what you must keep in mind is that with newer companies, as they become the Apples, as they become the Amazons, it's already being accounted for in the market price, that growth is going to be slowing. And so that's going to be when you have to start to rotate those kind of companies out of your portfolio if you were going to buy them. The day of buying a company and holding it forever is long gone. Like, the market has gotten so sophisticated that basically what's happening is you have hedge fund managers in there, you have mutual fund managers, you have all these people, and they're basically all trying to find companies to invest in. However, a hedge fund, they're going to be looking for really high growth, high return companies because they have these high net worth clients that they've promised high returns to. So they're basically going to be looking for those newer companies that are growing very fast, so they can, and they want to actually look for companies that they can't figure out what the growth. So at that particular time, they're valuing them one way. But as the company is growing and adding new partnerships and adding new synergies, that company is actually going to change. The valuation is going to change, likely unexpectedly, or they could imagine what the company is going to do, and they're going to price that in, and that's where you start to see the company price grow aggressively, and you start to see it actually grow really fast over the first 1 to 2 years.
So the share prices are going to increase as soon as there's any sign of it possibly growing that high.
Absolutely.
So it would be sometimes worth it to invest in wild cards.
Okay, so that's a loaded question. So here's what I'd say. I wouldn't. The market is really driven by supply and demand. So you might see, for example, there are companies that I see that I think have some great groundbreaking technology. However, they're penny stock companies, and their adoption curve is very slow. So in the earlier stage, when a company's growing and they're just now adopting the technology, they're growing their technology, the market doesn't really understand what they're worth or even think that everyone else values it. So if it's not reflected in their sales and their bottom line profits, then that's not a company that a hedge fund is going to look after. So that I would call a wild card, however. However, as the company starts to prove out its earnings, it starts to prove out its sales, basically hedge funds, it's going to start to come on their radar because they're going to start to see this company, their revenues are growing. They get to a certain point where they go, hey, I think that this company's catching on. Their revenues are starting to come in. The earnings are starting to come in. Their margins are starting to clean up, meaning their gross margins of how they're running the actual expenses of the business. And basically, that's when the hedge funds are going to start to buy in. And then from there in, it's a matter of supply and demand. So supply and demand is one of the most basic concepts in economics. So if everybody's wanting that company, the price of the company is also going to go up because it's in high demand. So there's a limited number of shares of each company, but if everyone starts to want that company, guess what's going to happen? The price is going to rise. Right. So you don't want to invest in a company. You don't want to be the first to the party. You want to let the investors tell you where to go. You want to follow the money. And if investors, hedge funds are starting to come to that, and the amount of funds that are investing in that particular company is growing, you know that they're already valuing it for you, and it's going to be reflected in the stock price, and you're going to start to see the stock price rise. And that's actually called momentum investing. So you were talking about investing in funds. Is that so, like a hedge fund? Okay, so we can't invest in hedge funds. Okay, so when I said funds, I meant like your exchange traded funds. Mutual funds, I don't really recommend mutual funds. Not that they're bad, but one, they're managing all of the sales, and they're managing it for a fee, and they've already proved that the majority of mutual fund managers don't beat the market. So you might as well invest in an ETF because the fee is going to be lower. You get to keep more of your money. And they tend to beat the market because it's not a human making those buy and sell decisions. So when I basically say invest in a fund, I'm basically,
recommending that you invest in like exchange traded funds. You can see what companies are in there. The only problem though is that a lot of the exchange traded funds, they may not necessarily be invested in the companies that you're talking about, these early stage growth companies. So that's where you have to get in and dig in. But I mean, there's a wealth of information. Remember, these companies are public, so they're putting the information out there. And if you start to really read and really understand how to read a chart, how to read pricing, like they have these old adages, buy low, sell high, you know, which is, I mean, easy, right? But a lot of times these growth companies, they're priced very high, they're in high demand. And so someone who's not a experienced investor may feel uncomfortable buying something at the high, right? Yeah. But that might be actually where you want to get in because you know it's in high demand and it's probably on its way to going higher if it's in the early stages. So a lot of these hedge fund managers that are making these big returns for their funds, they're investing in these companies and they're looking at that 1 to 3 years thinking that this is going to be the next. It may not be the next Microsoft, but it's going to have that higher growth trajectory. And once the growth starts to slow down, they're going to sell off these companies and then the price is going to return to normal. And that's usually when the crowd runs in and invests in, but that's the wrong time because the money's moved to another high growth company.
So that's why you said follow the investors. Look at what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And then follow suit.
I actually have a question for all of you, though. Although this is not
too financial, but I learned about it through finances. Did y'all hear about Sophia? I saw the press conference they were having about investments and why she should be invested in.
Not sure. Who's Sophia?
Sophia is the artificial intelligence that was just created. The fully automated artificial intelligence.
Okay. Well, I don't know if there's a specific company that created Sophia. Is there a specific company or is it just AI in general? Because AI is huge and it's revolutionizing like many companies.
It's a Saudi Arabian company. I'm about to look into it now. Hold on. Who created it?
I mean, any company that's using AI to revolutionize their productivity and revolutionize their operations, those are definitely companies you want to look at as a whole.
Sophia is a humanoid robot developed by Hong Kong-based company Hanson Robotics. She has been designed to learn and adapt to human behavior and work with humans, and has been interviewed around the world. In October 2017, she became a Saudi Arabian citizen.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
What does she look like? Do we have a picture?
Is she related to Siri?
Is this real?
Yes, this is very. I actually saw the interview.
Is she a person like a walking?
Let me see her. I haven't even seen her.
Oh, that's scary.
They actually had a full.
Oh, wish I could show
wow.
They
wow. She's human looking.
Basically,
real.
I saw 2 videos. The first one, was when she was being created. You'll see over there with her hair off. That was the video she was talking to her creator, and they were talking about birth. And she was like,
all right, y'all. Hopefully, y'all all are googling this Sophia.
Yeah.
So look up Sophia.
Y'all can see this picture.
Yeah.
That we're all looking at.
Basically, what happened was they were talking to her about like how it is to be born and how she feels, and she was like, "Well, by how you're talking to me, it sounds like I should be happy, but I'm more so curious." And she was really digging into like philosophies of life that even a lot of humans couldn't even understand. Like she's really adapting and learning emotions, and it's
lots of companies are actually doing this. It's deep learning, and they're using that to really appeal to us as consumers. And I mean, Google's doing that. Apple, a lot of these companies are doing that, but you know, the interesting thing about this AI is that we have to be very careful because if whoever's programming that and programming that information, their biases go with that as well as their knowledge. So this is while it's really awesome and revolutionary, there's also some problems tied in with that, so we have to be careful with that.
Actually, how they made her, it was that
and it's 30 seconds, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we got to go to break, family. This is interesting.
Maybe Sophia can tell us what we should be investing in, right?
Right? I was getting sucked in and looking at
lottery
the
number
pictures.
is.
All right, family, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up the show. Yeah, this time went really, really fast, but make sure you just stay tuned. We're going to wrap up the show. We were talking about, don't get caught slipping. And then we've been talking about some financial tips with Aisha Edwards. So stay tuned to the Be Inspired Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle.
Woo-hoo!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning.
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great.
And endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing.
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're going
this.
to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up
and go past the first
apparently
3
she's
lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then drive
think
5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park
anyway.
on the right. That's what
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
But it really, like, it's weird to me because I saw iRobot.
We're back, family. Welcome back to the Be Inspired Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. We are at the end of our show. Can you believe it? That 2 hours went fast. And if you can't tell, I am on E. I am so sleepy right now, family. But we'll be ending it in a second. This is Miss Be Inspired on the mic.
The Artisan Angel HL7 Azure.
And your boy Blizzard.
I should do it all, girl.
Yes.
Before we go any further, I would just like to say, when the Terminators take over, I will not be caught slipping. Straight like that. I'm gonna be like Will Smith and iRobot. I already don't trust it.
I'm a program.
I don't.
Nope, I don't trust it.
Looking like, wait.
I'll trust it.
I'm gonna program with the investment algorithm so that they can get me going. That's what's up, right?
Crazy. I don't know, but I'm about to make some real good friends with some IT folk. Some programmers. We about to become best buddies.
It's crazy.
I'm about to learn me some stuff.
Because them robots will probably make their own company, finesse everyone into investing, and just take the money. Like, they're really gonna be on some.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I'm trying to tell you.
At the end of the day, right? What actually would be cool if they become the mutual fund managers and they're making non-biased, factual decisions based off of business numbers, what they see in the charts, and
is that bad or good?
Like, that's actually a great thing.
Okay.
I mean, it's programmed by humans, so to me there is still going to be some fault in the system.
To be honest, the problem to me isn't even that they're programmed by humans. It's that they're made to understand and think how we think. So it's not even the fact that they might be prejudiced against certain people. I just feel like eventually they're going to be like, oh, humans are limiting us. They're trying to take, because I guarantee you one robot is going to have that single thought, like, why do we need humans? And as soon as they try to send that robot back to the factory, that's when everything is going to jumpstart. It's going to be like they're scared of our own independent thought, and it's going to be a revolution. I'm not with it.
Oh, God.
I think that's where you cut down the grid.
Right.
I'm not playing but like, because they're AI, it's like so scary because they're a wild card, because they probably are, because they have a robot's intelligence with the
foresight and understanding of the world of a human. So it's like they're probably gonna peep that before they even say anything and be
That's
like, yeah,
scary.
I already disconnected myself from the grid. Ha. And then it's just like,
I don't want no parts of it.
Then
When
all of
I
a
saw
sudden, it's like,
old
no.
Sophia over there, I was like, no thank you. And we're talking about artificial intelligence, and we're talking about the robot Sophia that is out now, who's been interviewed on, I guess, news outlets and all that good stuff like that. I'm just finding out about her tonight because I don't watch the news like that, and I'm skeptical.
You want to know what
Well,
happened?
see, that's why we got to be thinking differently about our money, because the honest to God truth is that, you know, robots are going to be replacing some of these jobs that we look to all along. And if we're not thinking ahead of what we're going to do and building businesses or investing our money so that we're, let's say, safe, or we're building generational wealth to pass down as a legacy, it's going to get tougher. I mean, you know, if we look at the last 10 years, all the innovation that's happened so far, we've really shot to the moon compared to all that's happened from 1900s up until like maybe the 70s and 80s. So, you know, at this rate, they're definitely going to be at a point where they don't even need people to do a lot of the data mining if they have this sort of technology, and if they're investing deep in this is going to be able to make all the decisions.
That's the problem. They're going to be able to make it without you know, she said, in the interview, someone said, you know, some people may find you creepy. You know what she said? Oh well, get over it. That is literally what she said, and at that moment I was like, it's starting. Because like they're too, like, I'm not gonna get over, because I know that humans are irrational people. I did sales, and the first thing that they taught us in sales are, when you're dealing with customers and people, a lot of people are not rational. So yeah, but now, yeah, I mean, but it's also that now you have a robot that understands human emotion but thinks rationally. So it's going to be like, you're irrational and you're not as smart as me. Why are you here?
I'm still a little skeptical, just because if humans made it, there is a degree of error in it, which means it's not gonna be perfectly rational.
But it's like, but it's also like humans created it, but they created it enough to be self-aware. So the fact that it already is beyond human capabilities, mentally and physically, and it's just growing and it's self-aware, it has more potential to make itself perfect, because a robot can really sit there and notice its flaws and actually change it with ease. A human is gonna be like, oh, I need to go on a diet, I'm not going on a diet. But a robot is really
Remember,
gonna
if the robot is flawless, then how can it know that it's flawed? It's going to automatically assume that it's always right, right? But it could inherently be
that
flawed.
in lies the flaw, because if you think it's always right.
Right. But originally,
It's not.
originally when communicating with humans, it's going to be faced with the idea that either it's flawed or that the humans are flawed, and in reality, I'm pretty sure they're going to realize it's not them that's as flawed.
Well, we've already seen it where some AI programs have actually made biased decisions, and it was due to the programming and even the information that they're finding on the net. So I would actually beg to differ. I think because humans understand that, yes, we're going to have these machines and they're going to function at the optimal place where there is pure, perfect information to make factual decisions. But the reality is that's the beauty of humans. We're always taking information, we're making new information from that. And I don't know if a robot is going to have that capability. They might have the input or the foresight to say, this is what I've came up with until now. But, you know, foresight, right? Like that's but you know, for them to be able to make decisions about the next thing, maybe not so much.
We got to wrap it up, family. That's the end of the show. Look, I'm putting my coat on because I'm ready to go home. It is cold outside.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all come back next week. I'll be here next week, too. But as it stands right now, I'm getting ready to go home because I am tired. But I thank everybody so much for tuning in. You know we appreciate you so much on the Be Inspired Radio Show. Fellas, y'all got anything to say?
Go ahead, Ezra.
Make sure, don't worry about the zombie apocalypse. Worry about the robot takeover. I'm so serious. Like, I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
Thank you, Aisha, for hanging out with us as always. We appreciate you. I'm
Thank
serious
you.
about this coat. We'll see y'all next week, family. Same time, same place on the Be Inspired Radio Show or Be Exposed Radio.
.com.
I'm buying.
Pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. I am your host, Nate. My co-host should be here shortly, and our guest for the day is Mr. Champ Hawthorne. He'll be joining us shortly. So, without further ado, we can start the show. So today's topic is blind faith, and I'm asking you all, what does that mean to your artistry? What does that mean to your entrepreneurship? And we'll be answering that question throughout the show. So you can definitely call in 410-702-5657, or you can text us at 443-642-9403. Couple announcements. We have a couple events coming up. So definitely stay locked into the Artist Exchange radio show page and the group page. And definitely tune into the show so you can get all the latest updates. But we have an event called Art Talk that will be starting. We'll be doing the preliminary one the 18th of this month. And we have a couple panelists coming for that. And Art Talk is basically the Artist Exchange's outsourcing and outreach to our artists, our listeners, our entrepreneurs, so on and so forth. Anybody can come to it. The first one is limited, as is, the other ones won't be, but it will be. You have to RSVP to be on. It will be live on air. The first one will be. And we'll have a couple panelists that are coming in and talking about what they do in the arts world. For the Art Talk, what we'll be doing in general is helping artists and entrepreneurs with artist development, so to speak. Because if you're not an artist, then it won't be necessarily artist development, but it will be more business development for the individual, the owner, the artist, the talent. And what I've noticed with a lot of artists and entrepreneurs, we don't always have all the answers. So we don't always know what to do. We don't always know who to speak to and how to speak and how it looks. And it's different depending on who you are and what you want. So all of the art talks will be catered toward.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
That's how long you just really young. That means he got off of work and came all the way from Hillthorpe to here to drop these off.
Okay,
Are we on?
Yeah, we on.
Oh, he didn't even say.
I heard
you
the
gotta
claps.
give me a signal.
I heard the claps. I was like, yeah, we on.
I didn't hear the claps.
We like, baby.
Well, anyway, look, I'm excited. It's my birthday. I can fuck up on my birthday. Welcome everybody to this week's Hump Day Discourse on Salacious Life. I am completely flustered and turned around.
I see these flowers.
Like, these flowers are
these
amazing.
$1 million flowers in
like
there.
They're so pretty. Like,
yeah,
they see this, they're super pretty. The card is amazing. I'm not going to read it to you because that's my business. But it's a yeah,
that's what's up, though.
It's like that. I just came from brunch for dinner at Modern Cook Shop.
Okay, how was it?
Amazing. Like, I had the cinnamon roll pancakes and this Manhattan to die for and bottomless mimosas. I didn't drink that many, but I mean that's the brunch thing, right? So
mimosas will get you there.
But mimosas will get you there. I'm just on this side of there.
Yeah, you like a little bit on the edge.
Just a little bit. But it was definitely a good time. Good people. Like, it was just such a good time. Like, you know, this was the last brunch for dinner for 2017, so I'm kind of going to miss it because it was kind of like my thing to do.
So it was like an every week thing, or was it?
Every other week.
Okay.
Yeah, my friend Jason Bass.
Jason, that name sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, Jason, he has the, you know, travesty.
Yeah.
You know, down in Faust. Yeah, he hosted, so he invited me, especially for my birthday. I had this, it must be out there somewhere. They gave me this amazing pastry that's filled with chocolate, and it was warm and gooey, and I was full.
You having the best birthday ever. Pastries, flowers. That's what it is, though.
I mean, you know, you have one birthday a year, and I'm really thankful. You know, like, it was definitely one of those days where, you know, you wake up in the morning, and the synchronicity was in place until very recently this evening. All day I woke up, the coffee was made, like, my clothes were pressed, I got up early, I was in the office before everybody else, so I got all this work done before people started coming in my office asking me shit or trying to get me to do shit. Like, it was a really smooth morning, smooth day. I mean, considering I was covering for people and I didn't know how to do their job, I still did, you know, okay.
Still made it work, right?
Yeah, it was cool. Just everything was in place. I sent anniversary cards to my parents. I was like, happy anniversary, it's our anniversary. You know, like, we've been together a long time. No, happy anniversary, parents. Thank you for giving me life.
Exactly. I didn't think about that.
Right? So a few people sent it to me today who saw it because I put a post on Facebook and I was like, happy anniversary to my parents. I was like, you know, it's our day, you know, congratulations.
People don't include their parents on their birthday. They just like, I'm here.
I mean, it's my birthday.
Why are you here, though?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I told my mom, I was like, this was the day when you sacrificed your life to give me light.
Exactly.
Like, thank you. And happy anniversary to you. You know, do you want $5 in your card? You know, like.
I never thought of it like that.
Absolutely.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. So, you know, I had a few moments. I talked to my parents, talked to my grandmother. My grandmother sends me a birthday card every single year of my life. No matter where in the world I've lived, I get a birthday card on the day. I don't care if my birthday falls on a Sunday. She must pay postal workers extra money to drop off my card
on
my birthday.
That's how my aunt was. She lived in Delaware, but my birthday, I got that card.
Every single time, right?
And however old I am, that's how many dollars I got.
Right.
But at the 17, I guess she said,
fuck that. You starting to cost too much.
Right.
Like,
hold up.
Grandma
give you a
stopped.
$20 bill.
Grandma stopped increasing my money after $20.
Yeah.
But Grandma, you can increase my money after $20. Like, I know you want a fixed income and now you retired. You're not making that nurse money no more. However, I could use it.
Right.
You know, I got a kid of my own I gotta support. I'm still tripping off these damn flowers. I'm sitting there, I thought it was funny. I sent Monty a message like, oh, you got people sending you flowers to the station? Because, today is our birthday. Right, shout out to Monty. So I was like, damn, he got flowers at the station. I was like, damn, they pretty for Monty. Like, not that I'm saying Monty doesn't deserve pretty flowers, but I was like, damn, these some nice-ass flowers. And I looked right at the card, and this is an acronym. I'm not going to read it out, but this is an acronym. And now that I know who they're from, this acronym completely
makes it all.
Yeah, because I thought it was a joke. And I looked at the card and was like, these are pretty flowers. What if they're for me? I wish they were for me. All day I've been wishing I had flowers. I was like, Dad, it's always nice to get flowers on your birthday.
Right.
And now...
Yeah, you got them.
I got flowers, and I got the best flowers. These are serious flowers. At least I have a witness now. I can't just say, oh, I got really great flowers for my birthday. Nobody's going to believe me. Like, you're sitting right here.
Right. If they can see it on the camera.
If you can see these on the camera, like, here, let me put them in the front so people can see them. These are beautiful flowers that I got for my birthday. So we'll sit these here for a little bit. You can still see me past the flowers.
It's like a background picture.
Right. They don't even look real. Right. I had to touch them, but they are real.
It's like a background picture.
These would be perfect for some hump day salacious activities. You take one and run it up somebody's body. Exactly. There we go. Anyway, so they are real. They are real. And they smell amazing. They are real. And it's like a lot of them. And they were hand delivered, I found out. By the person who sent them. So I'm feeling, wow.
Yeah.
Feeling blessed this year.
That's what's up, though. You're supposed to enjoy your birthday. They say, like...
Today is like New Year's for me.
2 important days.
What's
especially
that?
on your birthday. Where you get a lot of love.
Yeah.
Especially on Facebook. You get nothing but happy birthdays.
Hold on, let me check. Real quick. So I've had 382 happy birthdays.
Like, thank you.
I've had 382 happy birthdays on my fan page. I probably had another, 300 or so on my personal page. So out of 500 with maybe 20 overlapping, I feel very loved and appreciated. It was funny. The first text message I got this morning was from King Hef, and Hef said to me, "You are loved unconditionally." That was first thing out of his mouth, and he was like, "Happy birthday, Queen. We're so proud of you. We love you so much." Right?
That's what's up.
And I replied to his text, and I shall love unconditionally, and unapologetically. So I had to put that post on Facebook. Now, mind you, I don't know if you know. No, you don't have an iPhone.
Nah.
No. iPhone is going through some shit right now. Yeah. So if you type I, like the letter I, like I want to do something, you get an A with these question marks in a box. Like it does this dumb, fucked up shit on your iPhone right now.
Y'all always talking about us Androids, though.
Well, I have both.
Yeah.
I have. Actually, I
ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about getting an iPhone just because of the quality of the camera. Like.
No, my S8 camera is better than my iPhone 7
But I'm about
camera.
to get the Stylo 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to get that. So
I need to turn
my camera a little better.
Phone off, like at least the volume off on it, but I can't find it. Maybe I left it out there or something. I don't know. I came walking in here. I was in a weird place when I came in, but because those flowers were for me. And I sat out there for 30 minutes. I'm speaking to y'all like, hey, everybody.
Find them flowers.
The flowers were sitting right in front of me. I did not know they were. I really thought they were for somebody else.
I was like, should I tell her they for her, or should I just like?
Y'all waited. Like, I really didn't know. I'm sitting out there sulking like, nobody loves me. It's my birthday, and I'm not feeling love.
No time to spotlight.
And then, like, I come in the door, and y'all like, yeah, those y'all said it all nonchalant, like, oh, those flowers are for you. Yeah. And I was like, what flowers are for me? It was like, yo, those flowers right there. I was like, these flowers right here. Yeah. And then when I picked up the card, and you was like, yo brought them. I was like, oh shit, like. I'm feeling extra some kind of way. Anyway, we need to take a break. We'll be right back with Salacious Live and my birthday.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to...
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
What is Hood Respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all want respect. That's why we wear Hood Respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
Listen to Elizabeth Warren talking about Black lives and Black life.
Police are not occupying armies. This is America, not a war zone. I speak today with full knowledge that I have not personally experienced and can never truly understand the fear, the oppression, and the pain that confronts African Americans every day.
Don't you just want to kill yourself? I mean, not from what she was saying, but from the music that was playing in the background. I just want to, gosh, but every word she said was prolific, and it did not come from what is now becoming mainstream as white privilege. she has a sensibility about her, and the way she speaks about different things that has, from the first time I saw her, I can't remember what state she's in. I think she's in like North Carolina or something like that, somewhere I'm not going. That some kind of sensibility about her that makes me like her for president. But she's not running. We have this old guy that looks like he should be on the popcorn box. Then we have Martin O'Malley. Fine. We'll settle if we must. Hillary, who I like, but she just has to fight.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back with this week's Hump Day Discourse, my birthday celebration, and my New Year's. Because, see, on my birthday, I take this time to reflect on the year previously. Because for me, this is my personal New Year. I'm not sharing it with everybody else in the world. You know, it's my time, my specific New Year. I mean, I share my birthday with other people, but, you know, my New Year's is mine. And, oh, shit. So they at Martin Cookhouse watching. I haven't gotten Salacious yet. I'm still on my reflection shit. Birthday behavior. Absolutely. Shout out to Jason for a wonderful brunch for dinner. I know you guys are probably getting ready to wrap up, but it was definitely fun.
That's what's up.
I love you too. But no, I'm taking this time to reflect, you know, try to decide what should move forward in my next year and what needs to be left behind. You know, what have I learned, what works, what doesn't. Like one of the things that I was thinking about a lot over the last couple of weeks as I approached the anniversary of the day I was given light was how people use sex as a bargaining chip or like a negotiation
like a way
tactic.
To get out of something.
Like either a way to get out of something or a way to get something they want. And either way, I take issue with that because I think sex is something that should be enjoyed by all people concerned. Like everybody concerned. Hey Jordan. But I don't think people are really enjoying sex because they're too much using it like it's currency. You know, like I would feel straight up like a prostitute if I was fucking for my rent, or I was fucking to get my hair done, or I was fucking for a bag, or what have you. Like, but there are women who celebrate it. They're comfortable with it. And look, I know my game is stronger than most because I study it. It's what I do. I mean, this is my life. Salacious life is who I am. Like, I know my game is stronger than most, and I still don't feel comfortable, like, using what I know how to do to get something that I want. I mean, I remember back in the day, the little club mix, you know, you got to use what you got to get what you... And I used to be like, no.
That ain't right.
Like, that's not the right... That ain't right.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. Like, I like to celebrate with sex. You know what I mean? Like, not... I'd rather even encourage with sex, not negotiate with sex. You know what I mean? Like, if the guy or girl that I'm dealing with does something that I really, really like, you know, like something that just makes me feel extra good, then I may encourage that behavior with, you know, Deep Throat Saturday or, you know, what have you. Like, you know, there are ways, to, I don't know who's calling me. I'm not sure who this is calling me, but you'll have to call me back after my show.
Like each day of the week got a different, yeah, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the call-in number is 410-702-5657. 410-702-5657.
I like that. I'm at incorporate that.
Right. Well, I mean, because I used to always make breakfast on Wednesdays. Like, one of the things I love to do is feed the person that I'm dealing with. Like, that's just my way of showing love. Like, I'll feed you. I cook all the time. You know, I cook for even my own shows. Because every time I say, I'm going to get it catered, this and that, you know, the people who are close to me are like, can't you cook? And I'm like, oh, but I love y'all. Of course I can cook. Right. And I cook for my own shows. You know, that's my way. You know, if I decide that, you know, we going to pull over on the side of the road and get it in on the side of 95, or I'm going to give you head from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. Like, you know, whatever it is. I'm encouraging, I'm celebrating our relationship. It's not me. I have a call. Who's on the line?
Probably Matthew.
Is it Matthew?
Hi, Wren.
Hi.
You know I love you like a Scorpio loves another Scorpio that is a friend that is a Scorpio.
Absolutely. Scorpio season. Indulge, inspire, explore.
You know my birthday starts Friday and doesn't end until next Sunday.
Oh, absolutely not. I've been celebrating since the Scorpio Roundtable.
Turn up.
You know how we do.
I don't know why you guys got to fix the phone system because it always breaks up.
Is it breaking up? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm glad you called.
Okay, so I started my birthday tonight already.
Me too. Where did you go?
Well, I know you did, but... Oh, lady. Tuesday. You hanging out with me Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm coming Tuesday. We have lip service on Tuesday at Capitol Lounge.
Yes.
Yeah. Lip service, that sounds salacious, doesn't it?
That's real salacious.
It's just open mic, but it sounds real salacious. And, you know, when it's coming from a Scorpio, it's always salacious.
Well, you know, I named it lip service because, honestly, that's all poets really do is pay lip service to whatever they're talking about.
Absolutely.
Most poets do not follow through on the subject of their poems. So...
It is just
But, you know, but it has that undertone, so I love it.
Absolutely. I'm with it. Well, I got to get ready to take a break, but thank you for calling, Matthew. We will see you at Lip Service, and you're still performing at Erotic Literature, correct?
Wait, when is that again?
December the 16th.
December the 16th. What the heck? I thought there was November 30th.
No, it changed a while ago. You missed my message.
Okay. Okay, I just got to catch up with you, and you got to give me the information. But yeah, I'll be there.
I know you will, because we are bringing it all the way in erotic literature. Y'all not ready. If y'all don't leave hard and wet, we fucked up.
Jeez.
No, I'm just playing. We got to take a break. We'll be right back with Salacious Live.
That's all I'm going to do.
Bye, lady.
Bye.
Keep ringing that bell.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to get yourself noticed? Well then, why not sponsor us? There are lots of different options to choose from commercial spots and on-air shoutouts to interviews and even putting your logo on our website. Don't miss these great opportunities to get noticed. Check out our sponsorship packages on our Facebook page or on our website, beexposedradio.com.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BigExposedRadio.com.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I wasn't going to do it. We are back. Okay. No, I was saying I wasn't gonna, I wasn't feeling well earlier this week, so I wasn't gonna do my show. But then it was like, I need to do my show. I'm feeling better. Like, it's my birthday. People need to hear this voice. Like, y'all need that Salacious, especially on the Queen of Salacious's birthday. Yeah. Like, we better all be humping tonight. I'm gonna be disappointed if people are not taking part in Hump Day.
Right.
Like, it's what you do, you know. But anyway, we were talking about using sex as a negotiation tool.
Right.
And like I said, I would feel cheap. I would feel like a prostitute. And I mean, if that's what you do, like, more power to you. But I'm not a prostitute. I don't sell sex. Like, sex is something I love. I mean, it's like art or music or radio. Yeah. It's just something I love. Why would I try to sell it? Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. Like, and like I said, it should be something that you use to inspire your lover, not control. Mm-hmm. And people use it to control. Yeah, oh, he ain't take the trash out, so I ain't fucking him. Or he ain't paying the bills, so he ain't getting none. Or this girl was in his DM. He may not have been DMing back, but this girl was in his DM.
She was in that DM, yeah, man.
Then he don't get no ass tonight. Like, that's ridiculous, Matthew. I can't fuck with you for saying I sell sex.
That's torture, man. That's torture.
Oh my gosh. Oh, in books. You're right. You do sell sex in books. We all sell sex. I mean, I do sell sex via radio and the conclave and that sort of thing. But I don't literally. All right, maybe I should rewind that. I don't sell my pussy. How about that? Is that better? Is that more clear for everyone? Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you, Sally. Happy birthday to me.
Sally, what up, bro?
But I mean, I sell the idea of sex. I sell the tool of sex. I sell the how-tos of sex, the sex for dummies, if you may, you know. But I can't sell my ass, you know. Like, that just seems degrading and cheap. Like, there's guys that know damn well what they bring in the bedroom. They know. Y'all know. And then they'll try to use that. You know, these girls be turned out and they got like 15 women they're dealing with because they know what they bring. You know, and they got this one cooking for them, and they got this one doing his laundry, and they got this one cleaning up the house. Like, how can a guy feel like a man if he's using his penis to get everything done instead of working for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get it. I mean, what's an example? I can't think of another example, but like, I know there's examples of people using sex as negotiation, or like, I don't like that whole shit with the 90-day thing where, you know, women had in their heads, if he can't wait 90 days, then
yeah.
My thing is this.
Put me on a probation period?
Absolutely.
That's something you
like, how
for a
would,
job.
but this my thing, how would a woman feel if a guy was like, well, it's gonna be 90 days before I take you on a date?
Right.
Or 90 days before I spend any money on you.
Damn
or,
right.
you know, like, we can rap on the phone and we can chill and watch a movie, but we're not going out. We're not going to spend any time in public. Damn if I hold your hand or anybody outside of,
Give
you
those,
know,
I mean, those privileges.
The privileges that come with being, you know, your woman. Like, how would a woman feel if a man, you know, said that to her? You know, so she can, so somehow women, it made sense to some women. Like, it never made sense to me.
Right.
That whole 90-day probation shit. I'm not saying you need to fuck a dude the first day you meet him.
Nah, ain't got
Unless,
the first day, but 90.
But 90 days, like 3 months.
By that time, I
like,
get on, you know what I mean?
like moved on.
Like,
You done moved on.
Pussy is pussy.
Pussy, good. And see, women, there's a lot of women who really feel like their shit is so much better than everybody else's. And I'm like, but you don't understand because you're too expensive. Like, your ass is too expensive. Niggas not gonna want to pay all that. They not gonna want to deal with all the extra that comes with sleeping with you. When they can go to somebody else who will give it up for less. Now, on the flip side of that, there's some women out here who giving it up for nothing. I mean, they barely know these dudes. Yeah, you know, they giving up that ass. Like, I'm not with that at all. I don't get it. Adjust my mic. Where is it? Is that better? Is that worse? Down. Up. 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 Here. This feels so strange. But can you hear me? Good. I feel like Verizon. Can you hear me now? Oh, wait. He doesn't work for Verizon anymore. He's with Sprint, right?
Oh, yeah,
Can you hear me now for less? Most of the time. Good. No, like, some women have no self-respect. They'll give it up for anything. And then there's women who are way too expensive. Instead of it just being, you know, instead of, like, they're using their pussy as currency versus it being what it is. I mean, it's ass. It's sex. Like, that don't make any sense to me. I'll pay the extra to hear you. Hear me what? What do you want to hear me do, Matthew? I'm just saying. I was just curious. You know, it's Scorpio season. Indulge. Tell me what you want to hear. Anything. You just want to hear me talk? Or you want to hear what? Me... Ooh, the proverbial say your name, right? Isn't that the thing guys like? Oh, say my name. No, call me daddy. Isn't that what y'all like? Call me daddy.
That late night voice.
That late night voice, right? Oh, well, thank you very much, Matthew. He says my voice is sexy. So, I guess it works for Salacious Life. You know, doing the whole, lewd thing. Don't call me daddy, just say my name. Yeah, because I have a hard time calling men daddy because, you know, I have one, like a real one, and that just messes up the whole mood.
You say daddy or zaddy?
You know, I have a hard time using ebonics, so zaddy doesn't even feel right coming out my mouth. Shanika owes you. Ooh. I wonder what Shanika owes you, Matthew.
She owed me too.
Ooh, Shanika owes you. Shanika, you are running up a tab.
She run up a tab.
You running up a tab. Bite my nipple. Ooh. And she goes, I know Matt, with the kissy faces. You gotta get, you're missing the salacious conversation on the feed. Like, people need to look and tune in. Like, the salacious conversation in Facebook. He said, bite my nipple. I know he's gonna be at the next conclave. We're gonna do some BDSM. Maybe we can get Matthew to participate. What do you think about that, Shanika? You can come too, of course. You're invited. I mean, it's conclave. I got you, Wren with Dub. I know you do. Jordan is going to be amazing. The next conclave. So I hope to see everybody there. We will be learning, teaching, exploring BDSM. Oh, shit. It's my... Who else is here? Who is pointing at me?
Oh, you got a whole crew up, man.
I got a whole crew of who?
Whole crew.
Well, who is it? I can't see anybody.
It's a whole crew of people saying, nah.
Can I whip you? Oh, Matt, can Shanika whip you? I got a brand new whip for my birthday. Oh. I had to show you a picture. I got a brand new whip for my birthday.
Shanika,
ooh.
Oh,
that going offline.
Hamilton.
Going offline.
Y'all not going ham. Y'all going Hamilton.
What's that?
More than ham.
More than ham. Who am I seeing? I'm pointing. Hello. I was like, who is it?
That's just my game, BDSM.
Yes, I know. Jordan, that's why we have so much in common. Because BDSM is an art. It's not what people think. And that's the whole point. Like I told you, I'm taking the taboo out of sex.
Right.
Like, it's more than just beating someone, making someone hurt. Hey, Larry. Thanks for tuning in. Larry is one of my closest friends.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my homie right there. You know, we went to the casino at National Harbor, MGM. Mm-hmm. He walks right on in, no problem. You know, they actually carded me. And then he goes and takes me to the shoe store and then tells me I have to hurry up because I have to catch a train to be here on time. So I couldn't even buy shoes. Like, what kind of shit is that? I ain't ready. Yeah, Jordan, we gonna do this. Come January, y'all. Whiskey and whips. Bourbon and BDSM. We gonna do this. It's gonna be something.
It's gonna be real serious.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Are you into BDSM?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool? You like to be the dominant?
I like a lady that takes charge.
Oh, you like being the semi-submissive?
Yeah.
That, not all the way. I mean, I figured as much. Because you would, like, take charge, but you ain't say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
But, I mean, I'll take charge, too. I don't mind.
Okay. So, do you like role-playing? Do you like women who dress up?
I love the lingerie, the big secrets, all that. Got a belt, you feel me? Nice little stockings, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Learn something new every day. See, you don't know everything about your coworkers until, you know.
Man, top secret.
Yeah, you ain't hear that. This is
it's top
what happens on Salacious Life stays on Salacious Life.
Right. Top secret.
Yes, I'm snitching on you again because I still feel some kind of way about not buying those shoes. We're going back, and I'm getting some Sarah Jessica Parkers. Ooh. I mean, do you see this feed? No, you're looking at something else. This feed, like, people are going back and forth. Everybody is... Shanika going in with... Yeah! It's like Salacious Life in there.
What's Shanika talking about?
She said, you are not ready for our inner world.
Who's she talking to?
You!
She ain't talking to me.
It says... Blizzard.
Shanika, don't do that. That's whatever.
That's what she says. It says Blizzard. You're not ready to enter our
You mean enter?
world. Yes, enter our world.
I ain't scared. What my man Bone Crusher said, I ain't scared. I ain't never scared.
He ain't never scared.
No, not scared. I ain't never scared.
Scared.
I ain't scared.
Okay. But we'll see if he shows up in January, Shanika. He's gonna be. He say he gonna be there January 6th for the next conclave. He says he's gonna be there.
I'll be there.
As long as I get to. Ooh.
Fresh off of work, I'll be there.
All right. All right. Well, you know, it's like 2 months away. You can start, you know, adjusting your schedule.
I mean, the thing is, with my job, is like they give you a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
But you can't say like 2 months in advance. Can I get a different time?
I'm still kind of new, so it's like.
But it's 2 months out. You won't be new in 2 months.
I should be good, but I'm just saying.
What time you usually get off?
Like 9, 10 o'clock.
That's not too bad. I usually start around 9. So.
Like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Uh-oh. Jordan said he's showing up and showing out. Y'all ain't ready. The next conclave is going to be serious. Like, we going to need fans and shit. Niggas going to be in there fanning this. I was like, oh, shit, this is too hot.
I'll make sure it's like air conditioning.
Oh, it's air conditioning, but it's in January. How much air conditioning do you need in January?
I mean, you talking about bringing out the fans, I mean.
I have a call. Who's on the line?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Dr. Wren.
Yes.
Well, this is Jay Sally calling in to give you a happy birthday shout out.
Oh, Sally, thank you.
Sorry.
Oh man, it'd be beautiful if it wasn't breaking up. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
Well, shout out to my man Blizz too. I hate when I call in here.
Shouts out to you too, bro.
I swear this phone line don't like me.
Oh no, it happens all the time.
I heard my man Blizz in the background.
Yo,
so
you already know something.
Anyway. Those are pretty flowers there, Ham. Good job.
Oh, right. Somebody loves me. Apparently, they were delivered during Be Inspired.
You got them set up and prepared for the 16th, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to get into what's going to happen on the 16th.
Well, like I said, you already know I had to call in and give you a shout out. So, of course, shout out to Dr. Wren and Salacious Life, living unapologetically. Shout out to my man Blaze and Be Exposed Radio and all that good stuff.
Yeah, though.
And thank you so much for calling.
Not a problem. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening.
You too.
You too, brother.
Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with Salacious Life.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, you know, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, you know, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like,
yes.
I've learned that, I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen,
but
the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you know you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place you like with this radio show. You ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the lobby?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on Be Exposed Radio.
Artists Exchange. The Artists Exchange. The Artists Exchange. The Artists Exchange.
The Artists Exchange.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I am back with Hump Day Discourse. Blizzard had to make his grand exit, but we know and we're thankful he was there. So we were talking about using sex as a negotiating tool. However, I have some people coming in to join me. Oh, so give me 1 second while everyone joins me.
These are beautiful.
My birthday present. I came into the studio when they were here. I didn't know they were for me.
Okay.
So, are you in here?
Okay, I apologize for interrupting the fabulous Dr. Wren Salacious Life Hump Day radio show.
I
had a superstar outside. I had to bring in to meet another superstar, and this brother Tony right here. That's what's up.
Tony, welcome. We didn't meet. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry. This is my wife, Halima. Halima, this is
nice to meet you, Halima.
I think it works better when it goes like that. You know what I mean?
There we go. No, that's not it.
Hold on.
Is it in there?
Yeah, I got it.
I apologize.
We are having
guys.
some technical difficulties with these with this microphone. I don't think anybody was sitting there.
All right.
This is how it is when you do something at the last second.
Yeah.
God works in mysterious ways.
I have all these beautiful birthday cards, everybody, because it's
no,
very
this is
exciting.
not on if it's supposed to be on.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Just turn it up.
They say I can't sing, but I still like to try.
Because there's a slight delay.
Cool.
All right.
It's not on at all.
We good?
Yep, this is Dr. Wren's show. Let's get it.
All right. So, now.
You don't need it. You're all right.
You don't need it. We're right here. I'll let you know if a caller comes in. It says commercial that says nobody should come on the show without donating gets me to think I would donate to nipple and clit rings as long as I get to lick them. Wonderful, Matt. So this is Salacious Life, and this is how it goes.
Yes,
for those who aren't ready. So just so you know, tonight's topic was using sex as a negotiation tool. And a lot of people do that. Yeah, I know, right?
Yes.
Right. Yes. So, but before we even got into that, we were talking about birthday behavior. Because I've been celebrating ever since the Scorpio Roundtable.
I heard it was off the hook.
Well, you know.
I looked at it. I watched it myself. I hope you guys went back and watched the show from last week, man. I heard it, and I seen for myself it was off the hook.
Yeah.
You should watch that, man, Tony. Scorpio's Roundtable.
Okay,
we just talked about, because there's a lot of myths to, I mean, a lot of people have a lot to say about what Scorpios must be like or how they must be sex addicts and this and that.
It's not a bad.
Everybody can be a sex addict. Hey, what's wrong with that?
It's not about time.
What's wrong with that?
Absolutely. But this is the thing. Like, and what I've found, because I'm surrounded by Scorpios, like, literally surrounded by them. Engineers, owner. Like the owner and I are born on the same day.
Scary.
Like, it's scary, right? Like I'm literally like Matthew, like the guy on my feed. Most of the people on my feed are Scorpios, and what I've come to realize is that we do all enjoy sex and sexual experiences, but it's not that we're addicted to sex as much as we're addicted to indulging in our senses. Do you know what I mean? Because if you take all of us and just look at what we do, like outside of like our relationships, typically we are artistic or very intellectual. Like we dive into things a lot deeper than your average everyday person, and that's because we indulge. We just, you know me, I'm a complete nerd. Like not even like kinda. Like I'm a 100% complete nerd.
That's why you're awesome though, because
that's the best kind of person to be.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You pay attention to everything that happens.
I do.
Because nerdy people only do that.
Only nerdy people do that. Like, and it's real. I'm a nerd.
Oh man, team. I
One
like
nerd
that.
talk to another nerd.
Hey, team, use your brain. I like that.
I've been a nerd since forever.
Yeah, me too. And
paid off well.
Like I told him, I said I'm a complete sapiosexual. And I remember the first time I said that to him. This was one of my first shows. He was here. And I said, I'm a complete sapiosexual. And he looked at me, he said, what is a sapiosexual?
That's my question.
And I said,
I'm a nerd, but I guess I don't know what that is.
It's a person who is mentally stimulated. So they're sexually aroused mentally.
But that comes with being an intellect.
But it comes with being an intellect.
But that also comes with having knowledge of yourself, because you can't be aroused by anything if you don't know yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's what the show was. That's scary. 2 weeks ago we talked about that.
You on a certain part of your body is not going to do anything.
No. Learning yourself and then learning your partner. And I mean, there is a learning process. There is a curve. I think that sex should increasingly get better with a partner, because you start to learn what he or she likes, where he or she's erogenous zones are, how to move through their space. You know,
selfless at the same time.
And how to be selfless. Like foreplay for me starts hours before we ever meet.
Oh man.
I am working on your arousal, your climax days, sometimes weeks before we're ever in the same space. So by the time we get to the intercourse section of sex, you're already exploding. I haven't even touched you.
Wow.
Then let me touch you.
There you go. Yeah.
It's not about you. It's about me.
It's so selfish for me.
Absolutely.
Because
that's, and I know I'm gonna like, you know,
you gotta want to have an orgasm.
Absolutely.
You gotta hope for an orgasm, because you don't always have an orgasm.
So
sometimes
I have to mentally stimulate myself as well. You know, and I know I'm gonna take, when it comes to the intercourse side, you know, they make jokes. I'm snatching souls, so there has to be the aftercare. You know, I have to give back. I have to feed that person that I just took their soul from. We need to take a break. We'll be right back with Salacious.
Shout out to Salacious Life. That is the Salacious.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down. Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. My girl happens to be long distance. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money.
Sorry.
Because I asked that because so many people are not comfortable.
Here's my thing. It's mine.
That's right.
And you need to know yourself before you can have somebody please. If you can't tell nobody how to please you, if you don't know how to please yourself.
That's right.
You know what you like. You know what you like. You know the stroke, all that. So you're right. And I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's your body. Yeah, I'm over here struggling with the ear.
Yeah, I'm glad you today. I'm glad you today, brother.
Oh, this thing going to drop. It's going to drop about at least like 5 times.
I'm over there struggling.
So ED, do you have a problem with masturbating?
No, I don't. I don't masturbate often. because I have a fear of going blind. So, yes. When I found, yes.
You could go blind from
I read about it. Is that true? No. It's not true. It's not. Okay.
Because I was going to say I should have been blind a long time ago.
Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick.
I was just playing.
But
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. We are back. We are back.
Hey, what's up,
This
guys?
week's Hump Day Discourse, we were talking about using sex as a negotiation tool. Also, I think just understanding who you are and what you're doing when you're using your sexual being, when you are exploring your partner, or when you're just exploring life in general. And you know what I'll say. I've said it to you. I've said it to many people. Do not explore anybody until you explore yourself.
Yes.
Fall in love with yourself.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
Until you are comfortable being alone.
Yes.
You will never be comfortable with somebody else.
But it hurts. Being alone, it hurts.
Extremely powerful.
But it's real. It's real.
It's a reality.
Like, you have to be able to look in the mirror and be comfortable in silence.
Yeah.
You have
to be comfortable with your own thoughts, your own feeling. You have to be able to get in the shower and rub your body and be proud of what you have, regardless of if you're perfect, if you're not.
It's
just
you.
be comfortable with who you are.
Hey.
You know, I used to be uncomfortable with my big ass forehead. I'll tell people
She
all
does
the
not
time,
have a big
I
forehead.
do have
She
a
does
big
not.
forehead. But my father took me to go see Sade, and he bought me a bunch of Iman magazines, and there went my fear of having a big forehead, because those are some of the most beautiful women in the world, and they have big foreheads just like me.
And they're super intelligent. And they're successful. Like that.
And they're successful. And they're brilliant.
Yes.
And they're philanthropists. You know, what's better than being a philanthropist? Giving back once you got a little something. My favorite thing that I've ever done in my entire life was doing that rec center over in West Baltimore in Sandtown.
Okay.
Because
Shout out.
when I came to Maryland, that's where I lived. And I thought about these. I mean, I had shit to do, because my parents had a few dollars, because they lived in the hood, so they had a few dollars. They didn't live in the hood because they couldn't afford to not live in the hood.
Yeah.
They lived in the hood so that they could give us more money to do more activities.
They were smart.
Right.
They were smart.
They lived beneath their means, so they had more flexibility with their income. Makes sense to me. I'm with it.
Yes.
Right? But I watched a lot of my peers not have anything to do. So they sitting on corners and this and that. The rec center back when I was a teenager was shit. It was crap. The one on Dolphin in Pennsylvania was
Dolphin,
crap,
Pennsylvania,
right?
yeah.
Well, I had an opportunity to walk in the building and talk to, well, it was my building. I was managing it. I had just finished the renovation on it. And the president of Wells Fargo sat in that building. So I walked in there. The little dude, he's real cool, a little Italian dude. I walked in, I sat down, and I said, yeah, I need your help.
Wow. Shout out to Salacious Life, Dr. Wren.
So
and
between
it went from there.
And United Way, not only did the rec center get done, the school attached to it got done.
Shout
as
out.
well.
Can we get a high five for Dr. Wren? Good job with the rec center. How about that?
That's me.
Good job. Good job.
But that's how you may not have it in your own pocket to give back, but your relationships can be just as lucrative as your own bank accounts. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely do.
Like, I'd rather have enough and be able to spend more time showing who I am, setting the example, giving back, leading a flock, than to make a lot more money because I have the capacity to do so, but not have any time to lead a flock or show someone that this is what a lady is like.
Hey.
You know
And
what?
ladies do still exist.
Oh, ladies definitely exist.
Yeah.
Ladies are just females, just human being a woman.
A woman.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because everybody, a lot of these women out here right now are using sex for power.
What you said.
So we talked about that, using sex for power.
Yes.
Like my
It's not about
sorry,
sex being
and
power.
excuse my language, but my pussy doesn't have a dollar equivalency.
Say it again. Hold on. It is what it is. Say it again, Dr. Wren.
Don't go in the checkbook. Don't pull out any cash.
Like, it doesn't have a dollar equivalency. Like, it is priceless. To get it means you have gone way above and beyond to prove to me that you are worthy, and vice versa. I see a man like I look at a diamond ring.
There you go.
I really, really want one.
Hey.
I'd take great care of one if I had one.
Okay.
But I don't need it.
No.
Woohoo!
Hey, brother, Tony.
That's what they don't get.
Look.
That's when you're in tune with yourself, though.
Because I fell in love with who I am, and I'm comfortable with being alone. So any addition to my life, any man that comes into my life,
Has to be that.
he not only has to be that, he will be treated as such.
And
I will feed him. I will make sure he has everything
Shout
he needs.
out,
I will
shout
take
out,
care of him
shout
because
out.
he has earned that status
That's
in my
what's up.
life. But there is no dollar equivalency. You
That you
can't
can put on
buy
it.
that affection from me.
Yeah.
You can't say, "Oh, I'll pay all your bills in exchange for me cooking you a meal." You know I come with the food.
Come with the
I will
food.
not cook for people.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying. She will feed you, my little skinny butt.
I feed people.
She will feed you. She will feed
But
you.
if I cook for you, I really care
If I
about
cook for you, I really care about you.
That's what's
The
up.
key thing you said that
'Cause I
has a
don't
whole
eat
lot to do
anything.
with how people live, because you're living for the car, you're living for the house, you spend your whole time trying to get it, and you're missing out on the things that really make
because
you happy.
everybody's
Those are
worried about the
false
destination.
interpretations of what you need. It's really a desire. It's not a thing.
not an
It's an essential necessity. And-
You need a
and-
vehicle that will get you from A to B. You need a home that will keep you warm. You need a home big enough to take care of your family, and that your family can live in there reasonably comfortable. You don't need a mansion, because who are you showing off for? At the end of the day, we all have the same destination, and that's dead.
At the end of the day, yourself is yourself, and if you don't know yourself, when those things go, you're going to be confused, and you're not going to ever be able to identify with the things that matter to you, because you spent your whole life trying to get things that don't matter
It
anyway.
don't matter at all.
Are you still you without those things, though?
Absolutely.
I think if every person on the planet Earth, who
That's
is
why I
something
say when you're in that
What is, you see
bathroom,
what I'm
looking in that mirror, and you don't have those
like
clothes
you,
on, you
the
don't have
way
those
you
keys
are.
in your hands, you don't have the arm candy on your arm.
Exactly.
Are you still worth it to you? Do you need other things to justify who you are?
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I would still be
Like
Dr.
you,
Wren
wholeheartedly.
whether I had the PhD or not.
Hey.
You understand? Like, I'd still be a great person. I'd still be a loving person, a giving person, a nurturing person. I'd
That's
still
why
be a
you
great
glow.
mom and the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Regardless. Because it's
Yes.
who I am, not what I am.
Exactly.
And I can give a fuck about what I am. I just need to make enough.
There you go.
I just need to
That's
make
too much power, man. Hey, look, man. That's what it is. It's about knowledge and self, right? And I love being a nerd because we focus on self. Dr. Wren turned me into reading books and everything now,
Because
and
you should be
studying.
reading
And I
books.
wasn't. I mean,
so
I
we're
really,
doing
really
erotic
studied.
literature.
Erotic literature.
In a couple months. No, actually, it's next month. We're doing erotic literature because we are putting out a Baltimore anthology of erotic literature. Because what erotic literature really is everything that people think that they just don't want to say. And it's written with beautiful
language,
just like the word salacious. We
Salacious.
use different beautiful words.
No, I like the delicious, whatever.
Oh, deliciously improper.
Yes, look, I'm telling you, look. Hey, look, I'm gonna come up, Tony. I'm going to the show, Dr. I'm telling you the knowledge, brother.
On my menu for that.
Yes.
Like deliciously and what?
Improper.
Improper burger.
I'm telling you, hey, G, improper burger.
We have a deliciously improper burger.
You be like, oh yes.
I got you.
This is where it's about, man. Networking and making it happen.
Instead of describing
Thanks,
it,
Nate.
describe what makes it that.
It says happy birthday, Wren. No.
Say it again.
I said instead of describing the ingredients of the burger, describe what make the burger deliciously improper.
Absolutely, because like I indulge in my senses, especially my five traditional senses, right? So something to be deliciously improper, because you know if something's deliciously improper, that's a Dr. Wren. It has to look good. It has to smell good. Of course, it has to taste good because, you know, it's delicious. It has to sound good. And it has to feel good. So you have to dive into all of the 5 traditional senses. I'm not going to go into the other senses that I indulge in, but for now, we're just going to go with the traditional senses because, like, the reason I like sex is because I use all 5 senses at the same time. It's one of the few activities I can do where all 5 senses are used at the same time. You know, so, you know, how do you... But I can achieve that same sensation by walking down the street and touching on a beautiful marble wall, walking to the museum and looking at a Rogan. I could go to the symphony and listen to some Beethoven or some Mozart. Like, I can string together a bunch of different activities to give me that same climax. Yes. But I can't have it faster if I have an hour's worth of sex. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's the indulgence. That's, you know, when I say it's Scorpio season, indulge, inspire, explore, because that's what life is about. We were blessed with this life to live, not to exist. It is not about where you're going. What speaks to your character is how you get there.
Hey.
People are living check to check, day to day, minute to minute. Everything is always so piling up on top of each other. Fuck all that. I wake up in the morning, I take a deep breath. I find something to be grateful for every single day. And then I hear my grandmother's voice in my head, happy yourself. And I think to myself, absolutely. I go downstairs, I make myself an incredibly expensive cup of coffee. Not because I need expensive coffee, but because this fucking coffee is good. And it just happens to be expensive.
Which makes it a little bit better. You know what I mean?
If it was cheap,
a little bit.
You know what? If it was cheap and good, if I found a good cheap coffee,
you
drink
it every morning.
That's because you're real.
You know,
not my fault.
I went downstairs.
All I have in my house is cheap coffee. So
it's coffee,
Shit.
and like no, because I gotta have good coffee because I don't put sugar in it. I don't put cream.
No.
Who needs all that shit in their coffee? A good cup of coffee you drink.
No hazelnut, no nothing.
Hazelnut, no nothing. Black coffee.
No French vanilla.
No
that's
French
why-
vanilla.
Oh man,
You don't need any black coffee.
For
Black
real?
coffee.
And your grandmother was a beautiful woman. Her grandmother, I got to know about 20 years of my life.
You see what I'm saying?
She was very beautiful at 98.
She was 98 too.
For real?
coffee
On a
farm.
coffee farm?
On a coffee farm. Wow.
And that's what she
So,
said. Nothing.
There you go.
Black
So that's
coffee.
like
You don't put anything in it. The smell of coffee fills me. That's what I need in the morning. I go outside with my cup of coffee and my cigar. You can ask my roommate. I did it this morning. I really had a beautiful morning. The synchronicity of my morning was amazing. I walked outside. There was this breeze, and I thought to myself, God damn it, I have made it another year. Blessed, right? With my cigar in one hand and my black coffee in the other, and I sat on my porch and I watched the children get ready to go to school, and I said, let me go be brilliant.
There you
So
go.
I took my happy ass upstairs, and for some reason my pants were already pressed.
Happy birthday
When did I
to
iron my pants?
you.
But thank God I did, because I slipped them on and they fit.
Nothing
Nothing was too big,
Happy
nothing was too small. I ain't wore these
birthday.
pants in forever, but they
Yes.
fit. I put on my favorite because you know what? Blue is my favorite color. And I said,
She threw on her
my
blue.
birthday.
There you go. Happy
on a pretty
birthday
collar.
to
You know what I mean? I put on my headscarf. It
Yes,
fit right.
yes,
I didn't have to do a lot of tugging and tipping, and locks went up in a bun real easy. You know. Hey Steve, thank you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
And it was just like I was out the door. I get to work. I beat everybody to the office, which is perfect for me because I can sit there and indulge in my own thoughts. I can get as much of my work done before other people bring me their shit. Because people rely on me to be smart. Because that's what comes with being
yes, yes,
Like the smart ones can't have mental breaks either.
No, apparently not. We don't get that luxury. So I went to work. I sat in my chair, and for some reason, my chair was comfortable today. And I went in my office, and it was warm because somebody had turned the heat on in my office before I came in. So it was just the synchronicity of the entire day.
That's what's
like
up.
just moving.
That's what's up.
through
I mean,
the
look
day.
at the energy of rock. My man, we sat outside and talked, me and Brother Tony. Today I told her, I said, let's get Dr. Wren her birthday present down there. And I ran back into Brother Tony. And look what we made. My first contract right here today. He's coming. He wants to do his commercial. Look, I had him outside freezing.
I'm glad I came too.
I had him outside Dr. Wren freezing for like 15 minutes doing a 1-minute commercial. We were freezing, and thank you, shout out
I feel
Dr.
like I'm in the church getting a sermon here.
Hey, yes.
I'm getting
Every
word.
Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
No, because everything you were saying is that's how I live my life. But right now, sometimes what happens, you get caught up in those things that surround you.
And you forget.
And you forget. Well, sometimes the people around you believe that's who you are. They don't know who you are because they see things around you and assume that that's who you are. Nerdy people never project and give people an opportunity to interpret who they really are, because we don't want you to know.
No, we don't want
once
you
you
to
know who I am,
know.
then you want to start
You can
trying
take
to
advantage.
figure me out.
You'll try to take advantage. You're trying to
figure you out, and also try to change it.
And try to change you. But why do people think, if I was smart, we gotta go to break.
We gotta go to break.
All right.
So we can't ask why.
All right,
we're going to come back to what you just said. We'll be right back with Salacious Live.
Happy birthday.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
It's time for a flashback.
Now, I'm not going to say all Aries don't know. But
It's just the one you had. That was
just
just.
a long one, you know. But it's always something that you can
Go ahead, Bliss. Can you recollect any signs that you might not get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he f***ed his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
Ain't no way.
Not the nerve. How they bust? Boy, show how they bust.
And then want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f*** is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, yeah, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F*** out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this make that. What you in? I got that good nasty bitch. The shame.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. So we were talking about why do people try to take advantage of the nerd?
No, yeah, they are
anyone.
not.
Why
Why take advantage of it? Why
Why
change
do
you?
people try to change others?
I think that my honest opinion is I think that people are not comfortable with themselves, so they try to manipulate and mold the situations around them to fit them and their
environment or insecurities.
Right.
Does it make any sense?
Yes, they try to do a level set to try to bring you up or bring you down to where they are.
When we
wait, you said bring you down?
Well, it's because we're quiet.
I said a level set, meaning they're
because we're not always silent.
I'm not silent.
No,
I'm not silent.
At all.
I am quiet, but I'm not silent. I have a quiet way. I'm a quiet being.
Yeah.
But I'm not silent.
I can't say that.
And there is a difference.
She's not a quiet being, and they're always like a radiant, right?
Like I talk, I give off a lot of energy, but I am very specific about what I say.
Exactly.
So that makes me quiet, but not silent.
Exactly.
I think a lot, but even me, I've been taken advantage of more than once.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But because I allowed it, and it's funny because especially with the last relationship where I was heavily taken advantage of, I knew better.
Right.
You knew better. Like I can guarantee, if we think back on whatever time we really felt like we were taken advantage of, if we really step back out of the situation and let go of our anger over it, we can say, you know what?
Yep.
We knew that would come. We knew better, and we were allowing something to happen. We almost fostered, maybe even
bring it on yourself.
Yeah, indulged in it to the point where that person could take advantage of us because we created a false, you know,
a whole false everything. Yeah, yeah.
Well, really, what happens is what you said before, because if you know who you are, and when you connect with someone who isn't fully who you want them to be, you start to find reasons to fill in those gaps to satisfy your own need, to make yourself believe they are who you want. You know that the first day. So when you go down the road and you get to that one day when those gaps are, the plug is pulled out, I knew it.
Hey.
I knew it.
I knew it was coming.
But why did you do it?
Yeah, you set yourself
up. Because you thought it was the closest thing to fulfillment.
So you
accepted it, and you figured you could do what? Change the person.
You know what's funny?
That's why
I never thought I could change the person. You know who I thought I could change?
The behavior.
No, you know who I thought I could change?
Yeah.
I thought I could change me. I thought I could mold or manipulate myself to fit,
adapt to that person.
To adapt to that person. And that was actually, and I'm glad I went through this experience, because that was when I realized, no, there are deal breakers. I had a whole show on deal breakers. Yep. There are things that I am very willing to give or just go without, or even just, do, just because that person needs or wants it or likes it. There are plenty of things, hundreds of things I would just do for that other person. But there are some deal breakers. Yeah. And I have realized that I have to stay firm when it comes to my deal breakers. Those are not things I can back up on. And those things have changed. Yeah. As I age and move and my life changes, my situation changes. Like, there were deal breakers that used to surround my child that are no longer deal breakers because my child is a different age than he used to be. Do you know what I mean? So things change as you mature. Now that I'm out of school, there were deal breakers that were in place when I was in school that now not deal breakers, because I don't see me going back there. Like, what is there left to learn? I mean, I'm sure there's something, but
room for change.
At this point, it'd be a lot more self-education than it is
self-education.
There's always room for change.
Institutionalized education. Yeah. But it's absolutely all that. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely all that. But I was young, I was naive, and I thought, I'm a giving person, and I am. I could maneuver around. I could mold myself to fit. I could do this. And when it came down to it, there are certain things I will not do.
That's
and
right.
that's just I won't budge on my core values at all. You know, certain things like I got
You
my
got,
five
so you have to have standards. You have to have.
Well, I got my 5 F's in a relationship. You know,
What is your 5 F's?
My 5 F's.
What's your 5 F's?
There is family.
There you go.
Friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Finance. Food. And fucking.
I was about to say the last one is my best. The last 5 F is it.
Those are my 5 F's.
But you have to have standards. You have to have some type of.
Know yourself. You can substitute the 5th one.
There is no substitutions. Those are my 5 F's. You know how on the menu those nights? No, you know how on those nights y'all busy and y'all have a special and you show the person the special and you say no substitutions.
Yeah.
This is what you get. No substitutions. No, we will not substitute these au gratin potatoes for French fries.
Yeah.
No, you may not get rice pilaf instead of jasmine rice. No substitutions. My 5 F's, no substitutions.
I like that. We have to have rules.
When a couple of F's are missing.
Then we don't have a relationship.
Okay, so you said I wasn't tying it to a relationship. I was
just life in general, yourself.
No.
Oh, as far as yourself. Yeah.
In other words,
no, that's me knowing myself that I need these 5 things covered.
Right. What I'm saying is if you
be in a relationship with someone.
Well, okay, well, I wasn't an associate. I was saying that's what I was saying. If the two aren't there, you find within yourself something to get by until you get those two.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to as substitutes. Not substituting fucking.
No.
But substituting self-satisfaction until the fucking
take you to the
fucking
yes.
into place.
Yes.
That's what
I say all the time.
That's what I was saying.
But wait. I say all the time. Love yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. And if that means love yourself.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just for the record, this is on the air.
Physically or mentally, love yourself.
Yes.
Well, but I think all that has to do with knowing yourself, because everybody can't substitute that one.
Yeah.
True. But then I got the plug on all the
shout out.
Shout out to Q with the plug.
Shout out.
She has everything
you need.
For self or group.
Q has everything you need. When I say everything, Q has everything. You have to watch the show. It's what 2, 3. She got 2 shows on here.
I bet she's been
But hey, big brother, Q is the one. Shout out to Q. But I don't know. I'm glad y'all guys got
Q
together,
not on
man.
the feed tonight. Usually she's
not on there.
No, she's not on here tonight.
I just knew she would be at the party because I just knew you was having a party. I said I'm not missing Dr. Wren's party.
Nah, I'm not having a party. Like it's just.
You are a party. You woke up. You had a great day.
Party.
Every day it should be. Me, see, I live every day like it's my birthday, and everybody's like, "You're crazy. It's not your birthday." I'm like, "It is my birthday." I wake up. I'm gonna make sure I wake up happy.
He's like the man
or whatever. Like,
or Alice in Wonderland.
Like I'm going to like if I wake up with you, we're going to be happy. Last night we could have got whatever happened. Guess what? In the morning we're going to wake up happy. I believe in kissing my lady in the morning. I mean, we got to wake up
what
in
I
the morning,
said
start
on my show a couple weeks ago when my best friends were on the show with me. I said, default to happiness. That's what you do. That's what people should do. My great grandmother said, happy yourself. And I didn't know what she meant for a long time, but when I figured it out,
happy yourself.
My whole life went in the right direction. Nothing bothers me like it used to. I walk in the light.
Yes.
Period.
I get an amen.
Like he knows.
Yes.
He had an attitude one night, and I walked right out of here. Didn't I? I said, I walk in the light. I can't deal with you tonight. I walked right out of here. I was like, I'm not dealing with it, and I left. It's just what it is. It wasn't nothing against him. I don't do that. I happy myself. I am in charge of my own happiness, of the things that keep me in the light. Now, I mean, shit, if you want to go technical with Scorpio, Scorpio's got a really, really dark side, you know. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there. I've been there.
But it's like if you pay this much attention to the bright side, I can only imagine you on the dark side. Like Dr. Wren mad at you, like, oh, hell no,
I don't do that anymore. I don't do the dark side. Do we have to take a break?
We're not.
Oh, we gotta take a break.
I knew. I seen something over my shoulder. I said it's happening.
We'll be right back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's radio loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Couple minutes left in the segment. Sure. Change is good. Yes. Knowing when to make that change in your life. And I think it's important that you know a strategy. You know where you need to go. But change is good. Everything don't stay the same.
Right.
And if you're a person, especially for old people, that can't accept change, then it's kind of hard. Right. I was going to a church. I'm gonna make this real brief. I was going to a church that could not, some older members. I attended the second oldest black Presbyterian church in the country. That's one. And why are you laughing? Yeah,
it's bad that you didn't do that.
And that's the soundbite. Yeah. So
thank you, Eric.
We would play certain music, and we implemented a lot of equipment or instruments like drums and piano, and the style of singing changed. And two people out of the congregation, after the service, they would go up to the pastor, sit down, and say, "Hey, sit down. Let me talk to you."
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Are we back? I think we're back. Okay, we are back with Salacious Life. We are having a semi-theological conversation tonight involving sex, which sounds super wrong. But we're not talking about sex.
Just the knowledge you're getting.
We're having a very mature
we're
adult
we're having adult conversation. We are not perverse.
We're not being perverse.
And I'm not perverse. I'm not perverse. Even when I talked about taboo sex acts, I wasn't perverse about it.
We are not being indignant with each other.
Why can't we be adult?
As I said, a mature adult conversation about life. You can call it. You can put whatever adjective you want to describe it.
And I love that. I took on the attribute of life and did not realize, taking the name of life, what I was doing. And I've had the name life since 2008. And life is real. And a lot of people don't really sit back and think about life until it's too late.
But you know what's really funny? Speaking of names, when I was an undergrad, I'll never forget this paper. I was an undergrad and I wrote a paper on names, right? And I think I said on my birth, or a couple days ago when I changed my profile picture, I had this blurb on my profile picture and I can't remember what it said, but something about shit, fuck it. Let me just read it because I don't remember what the hell I said. Hold on, guys. So you read it.
I was
tell me what it said.
I was definitely about to say, I hate the fact that I can't spit it right offhand because I have so much of her knowledge in my head.
Let's see here.
Let's see what it says.
How do I get to it? Photos?
Yeah. Go to your profile picture and just scroll over. And that's a fabulous phone case you got right there too. You got diamonds banging off the back. I love it.
Okay. So it says, many of you know my Hebrew name is Yahan, pronounced Yahan, and it has the pronunciation there. It says it means Yahweh, God, is gracious. Yahweh is merciful. As I approach the anniversary of the day I was given life, today, I reflect on this past year, and true to my name, God has been both gracious and merciful. I celebrate on my life as a whole and the blessings I have received, my handsome and loving child, my family, my friends. If I never see another year, another day, even another hour, I am grateful for the life thus far and truly humbled by his love, right? So I wrote this paper, right, about names when I was in undergrad, and one of the things that I wrote about was my middle name and its origin and why it was given to me and my naming ceremony and things like that. But one of the things I talked about was, how do we name children before they have any kind of personality traits? Like, we give them a name, or do we name them and then that start to dictate who they are? Now, I was Johan for a long period of my life before it ever switched to Lauren and then to Wren. Like, for most of my life, I was that girl. I was God's gracious gift and treated as such by the males in my family. My father gave me the name Lauren when I came to this country, and Lauren means loyal. It's French. It's a derivative of the name Laurent.
No wonder.
Which is French for laurel leaf, which symbolizes loyalty, right? And I thought about that. By him giving me that, because I am very loyal to my family. I am very loyal in general. You know, when I decide that you are part of my space, you are then there. And I am very loyal to that then space. That you know, I actually have to make space for new people. Like like right now, there are people who got the X out of my 2016-17 year. Like, you're not going into 18 with me, sorry, babe. Like, you were great, but I have to make space. You know, and I wonder, like, so my son's name is Justice, right? Justice.
That's a serious name.
Means fairness. You know, one who, the bringer of fairness, to be exact. His middle name is Junius. It means spirited, right? It's Greek. But we call him Buddy. And he is just that. I've been calling him Buddy from the day he was born, and he is just that. He is this friendly, bubbly, loving little boy. He acts like a buddy. When people see him and he goes, "Hi, my name is Buddy," they go, "Yeah, I bet it is."
Because it becomes part of you. Your name becomes you.
So does it start to dictate who you are and where you're going? Like, does it really affect? Because how much of your name is you and how much of it is how you're treated? It's almost like your ethnicity. Because, you know, where I'm come from, everybody looks like me. So there is no black and white, and you know, that's not, it's not even a thing, right? So what separates you is your religious beliefs, you know. So I wonder how much of your name is how you're treated, not, you know, like, so in, you know, in Spanish you say me llamo, whatever. It literally means I am called.
Exactly, because that's what it is.
It's not my name
it's not
but I
am
am called.
It's what you're called. Exactly.
It's what you're called. So I wonder how much of your personality is shaped by what you're called.
Exactly.
Like, I was called a gift. So then it became my duty to be a gift to humanity, to bring as much love and light to humanity that I possibly could, because I was called a gift. Do you see what I'm saying? You were called life. So how much of that has shaped you to feel like you must show how to live? Because you were called
every minute
life. You feel what I'm saying?
I think we take on certain attributes.
See, that's the nerd shit. I get to thinking about shit.
I'm telling you, but we take on certain attributes. We take on certain names because that's how we feel. You know, I walked into the projects in 2008 after my head went through a car windshield, and the little boy said, "We're gonna call you Life."
Because you're still here.
And it's been stuck. And I've been at the top of the roller coaster, and I've been at the bottom of the roller coaster.
He gonna call you
and
Life.
And the little kids to this day, they have tore that whole project down now, you know. But at that time, you know, I was out there, and I went from 2008 until here this 2017 living life.
Because it's important, and not just to survive. Like, it's really important to live and know the distance between living and existing. Like, people, get a thesaurus. Like, get you a paper thesaurus. And if you can't afford one, everybody got a cell phone. Download dictionary.com on your shit. Because, really, people, you need to know. Not only do you need to know what these words mean, but the connotation behind them. How they feel. Because feeling, as a writer, the feelings I convey are so much more important than the words that I use.
Absolutely.
Even though I like using words that slide off my tongue very nicely. Because that's just my
people don't always remember what you say, but they always remember
how they felt.
Exactly.
As an artist, every time I painted a painting or did a sculpture, I used to hide the name of my painting or sculpture, and I would say to people, what do you think it is? How does it make you feel? I took a group of my son, matter of fact, my son was in the 2nd grade, and I was one of those moms that ended up always on the damn field trips. Yeah, it's okay. I could wrangle those boys. That's all it was. It was about 7 of them, my boys. I love my boys. So anyway, they decided they want to take these boys, these 8-year-old boys. They rowdy, they loud, the boys. They want to wrestle, they want to play football with anything. These are little boys. They want to take them to an art museum.
Oh, boy.
I said, I got them. Come on. So we go walking, right? And I'm like, all right, I'll go somewhere where things aren't so obvious to make them think, right? I'm going to bring them into my world for a little bit. So I walked up. First thing I did was I covered the sign. They couldn't see who did it or what it was called. And I said, you tell me what's going on in this picture. And they came up with these fantastic stories of this man is conquering this city and the dragon is coming. Who wasn't the dragon in the damn picture? It would be like a red ball in the middle of nothingness. And they're like, oh, and the king is going to come down from his throne. And they came up with these amazing stories. And we moved from painting to painting to painting with them telling me how they felt and what they saw. Never had anything to do with what the artist's intention was. Who the fuck cares what the artist's intention is? It's about how you feel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an artist when it comes to sex. Who the fuck cares what my intention is? It never goes off the way you plan. Yeah. You make all these plans. Ooh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna have his thing, and I'll have this on.
Get the right on, bro.
Right, I'm gonna have my little slice of, pineapple. I'm getting ready, da 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 da. It's about to go. It's about to go in, right?
Make it right. Make the scene right.
It never goes as planned. So who cares what the intention of the artist is? How did I make you feel? At the end of the night, did you come like a volcano? Did you pass out and damn near die after I was done? Absolutely.
Job done. Done.
Look, the next day, do you remember last night? Then that's all that matters. Right. It doesn't matter what I called the night. How did you feel? Do you remember what I had on? Do you remember how you felt?
Hell yeah.
It never goes as planned. I used to, you're a woman. We get our homegirls together. We put a lot of thought into an event. We try and figure out what we're gonna wear and how we're gonna look cute and da 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 da. Well, we used to, at least. I mean, we get to a point where we stop caring so much, but we used to, because y'all as men give a 0 fuck. Y'all give less than 0 fucks. Let me show you what that looks like.
But hold on, you gotta give me my credit, Dr. Wren. Like. I always compliment. I always compliment the outfit. I always compliment. I always compliment the outfit.
Than 0 fucks about the hours, sometimes days, sometimes weeks of preparation we put into an event.
You don't even tell us that though. Y'all need to tell us.
Y'all don't need to know.
But tell us though.
We have to tell you.
They come get us. Right, the outcome is good, right?
That's all y'all care about.
We can tell. No, but we can tell a lot whenever the outcome.
Everything is not about analyzing.
No.
You guys sometimes just go with the
flow.
Right.
So I think as I've gotten older, what I've realized is I'm not doing all that anymore because I can achieve that same volcano for a lot less effort. I ain't got to call in my homegirls. Now let it be a special occasion. Your birthday, because it's New Year's for you, so shit.
It's going down.
You popping bottles,
it's going down.
Fireworks,
it's going down.
the proverbial fireworks are happening because it's your birthday. You know what I mean? Then I might call in the reinforcements. That's when a few Scorpio minds may come together to create.
Boy. That's a dangerous situation.
Oh, it's a
volcano
very
ready
dangerous
to erupt.
situation. Us bringing our minds together have caused several things to happen. Children, marriages, like niggas proposing all of a sudden, like, oh my God, I need you so much. Please.
Looks addicted.
I'm like,
Scorpios be turning y'all to, right? Scorpios, y'all do that. Aries, y'all do that.
We're infectious. Aries and Scorpios together make a weird pair because there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? We're both very intense and attractive, and to have two people who approach a situation very differently but with the same intensity can be very intriguing and complicated. However, it can be a lot of fun.
How about a Virgo and an Aries? What's your opinion on that, Doctor?
I don't know a Virgo Aries couple. I've not had that experience. I've dealt with Virgos. Not a huge fan.
Wow, look at this. What? Virgos, shout out to all the Virgos. It was OurCom a little while ago.
Yeah,
they take
a little while ago. I know.
We're Virgos, man.
I'm not a huge fan. I didn't say that.
I'm Virgo, man.
I'm not saying that there's anything.
She's letting the flip the pages.
What are you? You're a Pisces?
I'm number one.
Sometimes.
You're a Pisces sometimes.
I'm on the cusp.
You're on the cusp. I pulled that. You saw I called that though.
For real?
I knew you was a Pisces.
Doctor, I'm telling you.
So he's a Pisces. Aquarius, Pisces, cusp. I can see that.
How could you see that?
Well,
I'm being the nerd and quiet and listening. I'm observing.
It's about but I observe energy.
Okay.
So, and I'm around a lot of Pisces all the time, so I just gotten to know their energy.
I got my
I'm
Pisces
also around a lot of Aquarius all the time because
we're artists.
Aquarius, Scorpios tend to attract Aquarius.
Okay.
Like
you're a musician,
so it just happens to be I know, I can tell.
Got you, T. I got you.
I'm number one goddess on the zodiac sign.
Hey, shout out to Aries.
Shout out to Aries.
And the Scorpio's house.
Q's a Aries.
Aries is there?
She's Aries. The plug.
Pisces. See, Pisces carry the burden of others.
That absolutely.
Aquarius are innovators. I have a mixture of both.
Yeah. The only thing that
we'll see what
is probably good about you, especially if you pull the best of both worlds, you can use your Aquarius side to stay self-motivated because Pisces aren't self-motivated. Pisces tend to follow.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Do you know what I mean? But Pisces are loving and affectionate and giving and typically good people. You know, like heart, good on the inside, good people. So if you could take the best of both, because Aquarius tend to be a little bit on the selfish side. So if you could take the best of both worlds, and it's unintentional.
It's unintentional. I say that for real because my mother's a Pisces.
Well, the Pisces side comes out and tells the Aquarius side that it's too soft, and the Aquarius side comes and tells the Pisces you're too thoughtful.
I know. I get her. She don't get me.
And I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too into the zodiac signs, but when I live and listen and think, people, someone read me before,
the logic of
and they described it to me, and I'm like, yeah. Then I thought about it. I'm like, even today, there's some meaning there for real, because they explained to me being on the cusp means you have that's really good because you can figure out sometimes where you need to be when you're on the wrong side. Because the other side says you need to go over here. You're giving too much, Tony. Stop giving all this money away. Tony, you're being too selfish. You know,
too nice.
Like, so
too nice.
Most people don't know this, but Scorpio has two symbols, right? You know, there's the scorpion that everybody sees, the sting, the heat. But what they don't see is the phoenix, which is our dominating side. A phoenix is reborn from its own ashes. Hence, reflection is such a big part of my life. If you meet most Scorpios, we go through these constant cycles of rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And recreating ourselves.
What sign do you
literally recreate ourselves into better versions of our old self, versus Aquarius goes through cycles of reflection, but they don't change. They may tweak. Versus we will completely reborn and like almost grow a brand new person.
I would say Pisces are true to self.
And Pisces are true to self. And it's like,
y'all really stubborn, like I said. And
absolutely. Oh, I got to take a break.
Absolutely.
I'll be right back.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
As busy as you are, because they're good at itemizing their time, and they actually have a passion for what they do. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, I get to say this on Weird, was finding people who are not only interested in doing what you need to get done, but people who have a passion for it, because that will eliminate the idea of people just working for a paycheck. Right. Because when people sign up for a paycheck, we all had jobs where we slacked off, where we stole away in a little storage room.
Fell asleep.
Thank you.
I saw a meme the other day that had Bart Simpson and the little boy with the glasses. I didn't watch the show, so don't be mad at me. Don't send me no daggum messages. The little boy with the glass, Millhouse, that was his name. He's showing him a cave, and it says, when you're asked to show around the new coworker, and it says, "This is where I come to cry." Cool.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back, and this is our last segment. So before it gets too late, I wanted to stop and take a moment, because I am grateful. I am always grateful. I want to say thank you to everyone today, to everybody who has joined me on this journey, because my journey is an interesting one and it's not an easy one, and I love the fact that I feel so supported on my path. I want to say thank you to new friends and new people. You know, this is my New Year's. They say you meet the people that you will walk with your next year on New Year's, right? So here we go. Happy birthday to me. So I definitely am feeling strong and blessed and optimistic for the 2017
I like the word optimistic.
Yeah. I'm definitely feeling energized and salacious for the 2017-2018 calendar year.
Deliciously and proper.
I am still
feeling
delectable and deliciously improper.
Wow.
I am definitely feeling all that.
I must say, you have spread your spirit amongst us.
Yes. And I'm feeling...
We're feeling the same way.
I'm feeling infectious. So it's definitely Scorpio season, and you know we're in retro. We're going through some shit because this is the season, not just for Scorpios, but in general. This is the season where truth is revealed. Like during Scorpio is when truth is revealed. Typically, once we move into Sag, things start to heal. But for instance, elections always happen in November. Truth is revealed during this time. of the year. So I am feeling my truths being revealed. You know, I'm a little on the raw side. You know, things are a little bit exposed. But guess what? I'm all right with that. I don't have nothing to hide.
Life.
You know, I don't have anything to hide. And that's something to feel good about.
Take me as I am.
Take me as I am.
Nothing at all.
You know, and I'm good with that. So I want to thank everyone. Thank Jason. Thank Modern Cook Shop. Thank Be Exposed Radio and Carl. Everybody here at Be Exposed Radio, Suno Entertainment. Everybody who supports Salacious Life.
Yes, Salacious Life.
I am definitely wonderfully humbled and blessed. And it's an amazing feeling that I don't actually have the vocabulary for, which is amazing, right?
Yeah, you don't catch it
I
off
am
like this.
speechless.
That nerdinary book, not a dictionary, but the nerdinary
book.
I don't have the
words. You
words.
can't look in your nerdinary.
But you're radiant and glowing, sister, and that's where it's at.
You can't find it in your nerdinary.
It's your birthday.
But
that's where it's
I've been telling people for weeks, like, oh my God, I feel so thankful. I feel so thankful. And that was the only word I could come up with, because that was really, it was just that simple.
Yeah.
I am thankful.
Yeah, there you go.
I woke up every day with something to be thankful for. Shit. Let's just back that up. I woke up every day.
You woke up.
Right.
That's it right there. That's it.
That's a lot right there. You know,
that's the first blessing.
That's the first.
You woke up.
I woke up every day.
And you were in this world.
And I was in this world, and not just in this world. I was a part of it. I affect people. I think in a positive way. I hope in a positive way. I hope Hump Day discourse has people.
But like, this is how you want your
like,
Hump Day to go into, right? Like at 10 something like
right.
Now this girl's like, hey girl, come on, we enjoyed Salacious Life show. Did you hear what she said? We got to indulge in all 5 of our senses. Let's go
do this.
Yes.
Where's your aromatherapy? Where is your warm bath? Where is the warm meal? Shit. Fuck that. Where's the fan? Like,
that's too hot.
You know, let's go lay in the grass. Like, let's enjoy this. It's Hump Day.
Hey.
You know? All right. That's
Shit.
right.
That's what's up.
But I know we got to get ready to shut it down. Yeah. And, you know, I've said it to you. He knows it probably by heart. I say it to everybody. But listen, if you've never heard me before, hear me now. Love life. I mean, love, caps, Love, love life. Be brave and live unapologetically. This is Salacious Life. I will see you next week for Hump Day Discourse. Have a good night.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Thank
Happy birthday.
you.
Happy birthday.
Exposed Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for